After a century of grinding as a mortal, I finally reached the peak, becoming a Quasi-Emperor right before kicking the bucket. But just as I was about to go into secluded cultivation to become a full-fledged emperor, the system decided to wake up now. After seeing its quest, I told the system to GTFO. It didn't activate 500 years ago when I first transmigrated. Now that I'm a Quasi-Emperor. It wakes up? What's the point? In this era without emperors, a quasi-emperor is already the invincible apex predator of the universe, no system needed. But then the system tells me that if I suppress the Child of Destiny during the Heavenly Star Sect's Disciples selection, I'll get a newbie gift pack. I don't care about the rewards, but the Heavenly Star Sect piqued my interest since it's the first sect I joined 500 years ago. So this system's 500 years late, but I'm strangely intrigued. 500 years ago, there wasn't a Child of Destiny in the Heavenly Star Sect. I was the most outstanding disciple of that generation. Now they want a Quasi-Emperor level villain to suppress a newbie Child of Destiny. Isn't that overkill? Such a ridiculous task, it's piquing the interest of a bored Quasi-Emperor like myself. Immediately I stood up, stepped out of the void, and directly descended upon the Azure Sky Star region where the Heavenly Star Sect is located. At the entrance of the Heavenly Star Sect, over 10,000 young men and women were gathered, waiting for the sect's selection to begin. Within the crowd was a youth with ordinary looks but an extraordinary aura. This guy is none other than the Child of Destiny, Xuanhuan. Zhonglao, is this the sect where Ye Xuanhuan once cultivated? That's right, this is the sect where that animal Ye cultivated. Disciple, remember this, you is insidious, cunning, vicious, ruthless, and extremely two-faced. I was plotted to death by him. You have the Fire Saint divine body, you'll definitely reach the pinnacle of the Great Dao in the future, and when you're strong enough, you must avenge me. Zhonglao, rest assured I've taken you as my master, and I will avenge you. Very good. Back then, Ye quickly rose to prominence after joining the Heavenly Star Sect and became a powerhouse of the human race. Before leaving the Heavenly Star Sect, he left behind a legacy for the sect. Others don't know how to inherit it, but I do. Once you join the Heavenly Star Sect, go and take Yuye's legacy. That way you can grow at the fastest speed. Hearing Zhonglao speak of Ye Xuanhuang's legacy, a burning desire appeared in Wanghuo's eyes. But at that moment, in the sky above the Heavenly Star Sect, the sea of clouds churned and the powerhouses of the Heavenly Star Sect stepped out of the void. My Heavenly Star Sect has been established since ancient times, producing countless powerhouses. Even Ye Xuanhuang, who shook an entire era 500 years ago, was once a disciple of my Heavenly Star Sect. If you guys can join the Tianxing sect, then not only will you be famous throughout the Tianhuang continent, but dominating the entire universe isn't out of the question. Hearing this, the breathing of all the young men and women became hurried, their eyes filled with longing and anticipation. But just as the old man was about to announce the start of the sect's assessment round, the world suddenly changed, and ancient demonic god phantoms seemed to transcend the long years and arrive. In an instant, all living beings looked up, their pupils constricted and their faces revealed horror, only to see yours truly, clad in white robes whiter than snow emperor, descends upon the Tianhuang continent with an abyss-like presence. With my arrival, the entire Tianhuan continent fell into a deathly silence. No matter who it was, everyone immediately bowed their heads as if they couldn't even dare to look directly at the man before them. The Ye Saint King achieved Quasi-Emperor status in just 500 short years. Who knew the human race would produce a new Quasi-Emperor? Every powerhouse in the Tianhuan continent revealed shock and extreme astonishment. The entire Tianhuan continent seemed to fall silent at this moment. You could hear a pin drop. We Saint King is my title in the Xuan world of the myriad races universe. No way, how did this brat level up to Quasi-Emperor so fast? Wanghuo swallowed, for the first time feeling doubtful about whether he could help his master suppress the Ye Saint King. The person who just descended upon the Tianhuan continent slightly turned and countless anomalies vanished. The sky for 10,000 miles returned to clear blue, but my figure had already appeared in the sky above the Tianxing sect. In an instant, all the powerhouses of the Tianxing sect were alarmed. Even the old monsters deep within the sect and those in slumber were awakened one after another. In the blink of an eye, more than 100 powerhouses gathered in the sky above the Tianxing sect. We respectfully welcome the arrival of Great Emperor Ye. You don't need to be so tense. This emperor is only here to revisit you elders. Hearing my amicable words, smiles couldn't help but faces of all the higher-ups of the Tianxing sect. At this moment, I cast my gaze down upon the young men and women on the ground, but the moment they met my eyes, all the young men and women below revealed tension, followed by expressions of reverence. Greetings, Great Emperor Yuye. In the crowd, Wanghuo hesitated for a moment, but ultimately had to choose to bow down and kneel. The master has successfully suppressed the chi luck of the Child of Destiny, forcing the Child of Destiny to kneel before the master. Congratulations to the master for completing the newbie mission. Hearing the system's voice, the corners of my mouth revealed a faint smile. Suppressing the Child of Destiny's chi luck is truly as easy as flipping my hand. I don't even need to take action myself. Just my appearance is enough to accomplish it effortlessly. I waved my hand to help everyone below stand up. You are all the future of the human race. Young ones strive to cultivate diligently. Hearing my words, the group of young people below were extremely excited. As if they were greatly honored, they thanked me and cheered. I paid no attention to the fervent, worshipful gazes below. I'm wondering which of them is the real Child of Destiny. My gaze sweeps across the scene, channeling the vision chi art. Almost instantly, my eyes lock onto Wang Huo. Great Emperor, did you find a child with outstanding talent? Nah, just feels like I'm running into an old acquaintance. Hearing me mention an old friend, the Tianxing sect's higher-ups exchange glances, and then it clicks. Their faces shift, and they instantly scan the crowd below. Anyone Yo-Ye Great Emperor calls an old friend has got to be hundreds of years old at least, but these disciples are just kids, which obviously means big problems. Crap, that damn Yo-Ye has found me. Hearing that, Wang Ho's face changes, his heart practically stopping. Wang kid, relax and stop resisting, this old man will take you away. Hearing that, Wang Ho's expression softens a bit and he breathes a sigh of relief. I'm watching Wang Huo's every move. You think you can just leave right in front of me? Boom, a gray aura explodes around Wang Huo. Just as he's about to tear space and run, I flick my wrist, instantly freezing space across tens of thousands of miles. In a flash, the spatial vortex behind Wang Huo vanishes, and chains of divine light cover the sky in all directions, sealing the entire area. With just one move, Wang Huo is suppressed right there. As I retract my hand, I grab Wang Huo, my eyes flashing with divine light, the depth seemingly piercing through the essence of everything. Wang Huo instantly feels like he's been completely exposed. Found you, I mutter, reaching out to grab the ring. The ring on Wang Huo's finger shatters, and a ghostly soul is dragged out by my other hand. It's Wang Yue Great Sage. You fought Yue Great Emperor 200 years ago. Wasn't he supposed to be suppressed and killed by Yue Great Emperor? How is he still alive? Soul in my hand, the Tianxing sect elders are shocked. System host powerfully suppresses Son of Fortune's Golden Finger newbie gift pack is upgrading. Ignoring the system notification, my eyes faintly glow as I look down at the old Wang Yue. So it's you. How is this old fossil still kicking? I only sensed a familiar soul aura just now. Never expected this old friend to be Wang Yu Great Sage. What's even more unexpected is that Wang Yu Great Sage, whose spirit I completely obliterated 200 years ago, is still alive. Knowing death is certain, Wang Yu Great Sage ain't happy. Before I can even say anything, a Tianxing sect elder steps forward and says, Wang Yue, do you have any shame? Yo-Ye Great Emperor considered you a friend, showering you with resources time and again. Instead of being grateful, you secretly contacted foreign races and was Yo-Ye Great Emperor wrong to make a move against you? I considered him a friend. Isn't it only right that he helped this old man? He clearly entered some forbidden ancient zone, got some supreme opportunity, but wouldn't reveal anything to this old man, much less share it. Then he deserved to die. Hearing Wang Yue Great Sage's ridiculous words, the higher-ups of the Tianxing sect looked at each other and finally shook their heads without saying anything more. Helping your master is something you should do, it's your blessing. Yet you dare attack your master. You are unworthy of the title of Great Emperor of the human race. Hearing this, I'm speechless. Figures they're birds of a feather. This Wang Yue is a moron, and this child of destiny isn't any better. For a moment, I even doubted if this guy was really a child of destiny. I'm too lazy to talk to these two, and don't want to argue with them about such things, but how Wang Yue was resurrected I'm very curious about. Next, I need to transfer my divine power. A finger taps on the Wang Yue Great Sage's brow, starting the soul searching. Spiritual power penetrates into the true spirit of Wang Yu Great Sage. Seeing that Wang Yu Great Sage still wanted to resist, I just snorted coldly. His soul body was immediately sealed in place. A little restriction? Still trying to block my memory? Very quickly, an invisible explosion rang out, and a large amount of memory immediately appeared before my eyes. In an instant, all of Wang Yue Great Sage's memories had been grasped by me. After understanding the situation, a cold light flashed in my eyes immediately. Wang Yue, you're really bold. Not only did you submit to the alien race's great emperor, but you even dared to collude with the alien race's great emperor to plot against my human race, conspiring to bury tens of thousands of creatures of the Tianhuan continent, helping the alien race's great emperor revive. You deserve to die 10,000 times. It turned out that the alien race's great emperor saw Wang Yue's potential and secretly saved Wang Yue. The purpose of the alien race's great emperor was to have Wang Yu Great Sage secretly subvert the Tianhuan continent, helping the alien race's great emperors refine the origin of all living beings and restore their life origins. If I hadn't discovered it, with the great fortune of this child of destiny, this plan might have succeeded. No wonder he's so selfish. Turns out he's a demonic child of destiny. A cold light flashed in my eyes, having understood everything. Hearing me say that, the faces of the Tianxing sect's higher-ups changed, having been secretly monitoring the situation here. The powerhouses of the Tianhuan continent could no longer remain calm, and auras appeared throughout the void, clearly very worried. What reason does the human race have to exist if it doesn't even have a great emperor? If the great emperor helps me break through, I will be the great emperor's most loyal servant. You dare to attack this old man? The great emperor will definitely not spare you. I didn't wait for Wang Yue Great Sage to finish speaking before directly crushing his soul body into dust. Master has eliminated the Child of Destiny's golden finger, and the reward from the newbie gift pack is greatly increased. Hearing the system's voice in my ear, my expression remained unchanged, and I looked at the Wang Huo in my hand again. Since the Guishu Forbidden Zone dares to interfere with the human race, this debt, as a quasi-emperor of the human race, I must settle it first. This child of destiny no longer needs to exist. Channeling divine power, my palm tightened, ready to crush Wang Huo. Feeling the chilling aura radiating from me, Wang Huo's face was filled with despair and resentment, like he never expected to die this way. But just as I was about to crush Wang Huo, the heavens and earth suddenly shifted. Rumble, the heavens and earth trembled, thunder roared, a deafening explosion echoed from the sky. In the dark void, a surge of furious emotion descended from nothingness. In an instant, across the void of the Tianhuan continent, streaks of lightning exploded, seemingly capable of obliterating everything in existence. This was the will of heaven and earth itself. Though the heavenly tribulation hadn't descended yet, I could feel the aura in the dark void had already locked onto me. It was as if the moment I made another move, the heavenly tribulation would instantly descend to suppress me. A child of destiny protected by the heavens and earth, harming one causes a celestial uproar. I raised my head, eyes slightly narrowed, immediately recalling those villain novels from my past life. They all said that you can't kill the child of destiny while their plot armor is still active. I have great luck protecting me. I have the blessing of the heavens and earth. Yay, you dare to kill me? Can you even kill me? Hurry up and release me. Just release me and give me some benefits, and I can promise never to antagonize you again. 30 years east of the river, 30 years west. Don't underestimate a poor young man. Hearing this, I laughed. So what if the heavens and earth protect you? I am an emperor, suppressing everything in this world. If I want to kill someone, no one can stop me. Divine power erupted, my palm tightened, instantly wanting to erase Xuanhuan. As for the will of heaven and earth, who cares? You dare kill me? Sensing my palm tightening, Xuanhua's face showed a look of horror. Rumble. The heavens and earth grew even more furious, as if it couldn't believe that even with heavenly tribulation hanging overhead, I still dared to act. In a flash, countless bolts of lightning intertwined, forming a thunder dragon roaring and baring its fangs as it lunged towards me. My eyebrows slightly raised, my terrifying physique, seemingly indestructible through countless kalpas, exploded, directly grabbing the thunder dragon formed by the heavenly tribulation with my bare hands. Barehanded against a thunder dragon. This is the true strength of Ye the Great, the man who conquered countless realms, defying the current to achieve his Dao. Seeing me catch the thunder dragon with one hand, the powerhouses across the Tianhuan continent were all terrified. Get lost for this emperor. My voice deepened, my palm slightly tightened. In an instant, the thunder dragon seemed to suffer a devastating blow. Layer after layer began to disintegrate, finally turning into streaks of lightning, directly vanishing into the void. The 3,000 Daos shone, the light even more dazzling, as if transforming into 3,000 restrictive runes layering onto the thunderclouds. An even more ferocious and terrifying heavenly tribulation began to form, locking onto my figure from all sides. If this emperor wants to kill someone, no one can stop me, and the will of heaven and earth on a mere planet dares to provoke the great emperor. My face is ice cold, my voice chillin'. I lift my head and a terrifying phenomenon appears in my eyes, the vanishing of all things, the twisting of stars. Get lost. Then I unleash a punch, my coalescing into a massive fist that slams into the thunderclouds. With just one punch, all the colors in the heavens and earth seem to dim. The Quang Bao power not only shatters the thunderclouds but also pierces through the void, causing endless layers of space to collapse, even revealing a clear view of the cosmos above. My immortal battle garb erupts, accompanied by an unparalleled divine sense that seals the heavens and earth. I stand tall as if silently proclaiming, if this happens again, after a deathly silence, I will obliterate the heavens themselves. The sky returns to its azure hue, clouds scattered for thousands of miles. The 3,000 rules originally suspended in the void have also quietly vanished at some point. The will of the heavens and earth retreats again, leaving all living beings in utter shock. Who can protect you now? My aura gradually stabilizes. No way. Xuanhuan panics, his face turning deathly pale, his eyes filled with even more terror. Spare me. Emperor Ye, please spare this lowly one. Before he could finish speaking, I crushed Xuanhuan to death with a squeeze. I extend my hand, casually blowing away Xuanhuan's dust. From beginning to end, Xuanhuan never even registered in my eyes. The reason I even came here was just because I was bored with nothing else to do, not out of any apprehension. He really thought a Quasi-Emperor stood at the peak of the universe above all races? Just a verbal slip-up? The Child of Destiny has been eliminated by the Master. The Master has exceeded the requirements of the newbie mission. Does Master wish to open the newbie gift pack? Open it. The newbie gift pack has been opened. Congratulations, Master, for obtaining the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, the 8 Desolate Purgatory Halberd temporarily stored in the system space. Master can retrieve it at will. Do you want to retrieve it now? As soon as the system's voice faded, a flash appeared before my eyes and a projection materialized in front of me. The 8 Desolate Purgatory Halberd, an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon treasure of slaughter, its divine spirit awakened forged from 8 minor worlds. It contains the destructive power of the 8 Desolates. The divine spirit automatically awakens. One strike is enough, a single breath can annihilate an entire starfield. Wielding this halberd, in the silent depths of Yuming, a mysterious sensation emerges. It's like I can feel something in the darkness. A blood-soaked Zhangji slumbers, awaiting my summons. Even separated by space, I can feel a connection like blood relations. It's like with just a thought, the Bahuang Lian Yuji can tear through space and descend. This newbie gift pack really just gave me an ultimate emperor weapon. I raise an eyebrow, a flash of surprise in my eyes, and a hint of a smile appears on my lips. You gotta know, in this whole universe, you can count the number of ultimate emperor weapons on your fingers. Even as a quasi-emperor, I didn't have a single one. Now that I have an ultimate emperor weapon, my confidence in going to the Guishu Forbidden Land has increased a lot. The Guishu Forbidden Land dares to scheme against the human race. How could I not settle this debt? Sorting out my thoughts, a faint smile appears on my face. After apologizing to the higher-ups of the Tianxing sect, I turned and left for the Guishu Forbidden Land. A dying alien great emperor dares to bully the human race? Do they really think I'm dead? The Guishu Forbidden Land. It's located in a dead star region deep within the Kangshang starfield, famous for containing many opportunities but also many restrictions. Many cultivators from the heavenly ladder realm and above, when their lifespan is about to end, will enter the Guishu Forbidden Land, seeking to prolong their lives or break through. In the vast universe, there are many forbidden lands, like the Guishu Forbidden Land. These forbidden lands are called forbidden lands because there are great emperors. Each forbidden land seals a former great emperor. From ancient times to now, over countless years, no one knows how many great emperors with expiring lifespans have been sealed in these forbidden lands, waiting for the opening of the heavenly gate. Although cultivators can increase their lifespan through cultivation, they will eventually find it difficult to escape death. Even if they have achieved the great emperor realm, their lifespan is only a few tens of thousands of years. Without becoming a god, no matter how strong they are, they cannot achieve immortality. This is also why great emperors must self-seal. Throughout history, these forbidden lands have caused countless massacres. Although self-sealing can delay aging to a large extent, the lifespan will eventually slowly run out, which is why these great calamities and massacres occur. Whenever a great emperor is about to die, they will leave the forbidden land, relying on devouring the origins of living beings to condense the origin of life and increase their lifespan. This is also why the Guishu Forbidden Land is secretly plotting this time. This is also why every forbidden land is feared but also desired by the world. Today, in the dark region of the Kangkyong starfield, a figure in white slowly emerges from the void. With each step I take, the aura on my body becomes stronger and more menacing. Without saying much, I directly unleash a punch. This punch is like all things returning to nothingness. Even a single wisp of aura that escapes causes planets within a few light years to shatter into dust. Boom! The void trembles, countless spatial vortexes spread, and the Guishu Forbidden Land hidden beneath the void is revealed a bit under my punch. From the tomb nestled in the Guishu Forbidden Zone, an ominous aura oozes out, as if the Guishu Forbidden Zone wasn't already the resting place of great emperors. Who dares provoke the dignity of the great emperors? Great emperors, you say? A bunch of insects surviving by slaughtering living beings dare to call themselves great emperors. My voice is like thunder echoing throughout the starry sky. Hearing me insult the great emperors, the guardians protecting each sleeping great emperor in the Guishu Forbidden Zone are enraged. Black mist churns and rises, figures radiating divine light immediately step out of the Guishu Forbidden Zone. These are the guys who suppressed an era for hundreds of years, defied the heavens, and step by step attained the level of Quasi-Emperor. My reputation resounds everywhere, even these guardians recognize me. Think reaching Quasi-Emperor makes you invincible, huh? And you dare insult the great emperors courting death. A group of guardians with godlike appearances and frosty gazes directly attack me. The pressure of Saint King Realm and Quasi-Emperor Realm rapidly spreads, alarming countless powerhouses in nearby starfields, who turn their gazes towards the Guishu Forbidden Zone. Why is Yuexia Saint King suddenly fighting the Guishu Forbidden Zone? Anyone who provokes the Forbidden Zone is guaranteed to die. Yoye is too arrogant, thinking that reaching Quasi-Emperor means he can stand against the Forbidden Zone. Upon seeing the situation before the Guishu Forbidden Zone, the powerhouses are first shocked, then secretly shake their heads as if they can already see my end. In heaven and earth, I alone am supreme. Looking at the attacks of the numerous guardians, my expression is calm. I don't even bother to take out an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. Immediately afterward, my figure moves and I condense several avatars, simultaneously attacking the Forbidden Zone guardians. After not touching the world for 500 years, me reaching Quasi-Emperor isn't luck. It's absolute power, relying on stepping on the bones of one heavenly genius after another, fighting all the way to the Quasi-Emperor Dao fruit. Ba Huang Prisoner Heaven Finger. The churning universe seems to gather the principles of the 8 desolations. A giant finger like the hand of God holding the heavens and earth strikes down on a guardian from beyond the sky. Each wave of Emperor pressure causes countless surrounding stars to shatter into dust. As I simultaneously unleash countless divine power combat techniques, the numerous guardians continuously retreat, as if they can't even withstand a single blow from me. Beyond hundreds of light years from the Guishu Forbidden Zone, figures have appeared at some point, powerhouses with stunned expressions, incredulously looking at me, seemingly not expecting that I can resist the entire Forbidden Zone on my own. These guardians haven't fought in endless years, while Yoye Quasi-Emperor climbed to Quasi-Emperor through constant battle. The combat experience of the two sides is worlds apart, plus Yoye's momentum is like a rainbow. These guardians are naturally no match, only these are all futile efforts. Very quickly, the powerhouses understand. Though surprised by my strength, they still shake their heads, not thinking highly of me. So what if you're even stronger? Quasi-Emperor is still just a Quasi-Emperor. How can you compare to a great emperor? The great emperor in the Guishu Forbidden Zone revives. Just a single thought can suppress Yoye. If you're relying on that little strength, you're definitely not surviving. Fighting non-stop, my battle power against the Quasi-Emperor realm is getting more and more solid. When I fully grasp the Quasi-Emperor's power, my eyes light up and I let out a roar. Countless incarnations at this moment exude a mystical aura. A terrifying power erupts from my body, evolving into layers upon layers of divine combat techniques, directly suppressing all the guardians. In the blink of an eye, a large number of guardians fall. Even the Quasi-Emperors are constantly vomiting blood, their auras weaken to the extreme. Luan Di, get your ass out here. Or today I'm leveling your Guishu Forbidden Zone. A majestic and solemn voice echoes throughout the vast universe, and a towering will has locked onto the Guishu Forbidden Zone as if in the next second I will flatten it. Luan Di is the one who secretly saved Wang Yue Dasheng, plotting the massacre of the Tianhuan continent of the ancient emperor. A Quasi-Emperor guardian clutches his chest, eyes wide. Before he can even finish speaking, I punch him into dust. The next second, the Guishu Forbidden Zone violently churns as if a divine existence from ancient times has returned and revived. Yue, you're courting death. A blurry figure seems to have crossed the river of time and space, with strands of emperor's might exuding from his body, making it difficult for countless living beings present to breathe. Little punk Yue, what do you think you are? Just a Quasi-Emperor. And you dare challenge a great emperor. A single strand of my pressure is enough to kill you 10,000 times over. Luan Di seems to be standing on the river of time and space, coldly looking at me. As soon as the words fall, a strand of Luan Di's emperor's might directly engulfs me. In an instant, the universe shakes, the cosmos shatters. Even if it's just a strand of emperor's might, it still contains unimaginable terrifying power. Just seeing that terrifying strand of emperor's might pass by, space shatters, seemingly stirring up boundless nothingness, and then crushes towards me. Feeling the terrifying power emanating from that strand of emperor's might, I sneer with a raging fighting spirit in my eyes. Sensing the Ba Huang Lian Yuji in the space, I'm not in a hurry to take it out. But with a fiery fighting spirit in my eyes, I shout loudly, facing the emperor's might. After all, a great emperor who hasn't broken the seal yet isn't worth me using an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. The next second, my lips slightly move, slowly uttering 9 words, beginning to display the supreme secret technique that I have comprehended and created throughout my life. Under the blessing of the supreme secret technique, my aura soars and my battle power also increases more than 10 times. Immediately afterwards, one of my hands stretches out, and in the palm of my hand there seems to be a silver dragon roaring. The emperor's might is instantly annihilated. I don't stop, my figure slightly moves and appears in front of Luan Di. The battle halberd and swung like creation, directly slashing towards Luan Di. In an instant, a huge explosion surpassing the level of reality resounds. The area where I and Luan Di are standing directly collapses, and with my full force strike, I blasted through the cosmos, sending us both into an alternate dimension. The chaotic ancient great emperor, caught off guard by my all-out attack, had his divine essence dimmed, and the divine essence goes flying. Are y'all still just gonna watch the show? Do you really want me to break the seal right now? Hurry up and help me suppress this dude. A chilling voice laced with pure rage echoed from the divine essence. The chaotic ancient great emperor is pissed and about to break free. As soon as he said that, an overwhelming heavenly might swept across the boundless Dao Bon clan. In the boundless Dao Bon clan, one by one, hazy and supremely noble figures appeared in the universe. The emperor's projections loom over everything, their emperor's aura like a vast ocean, making the entire universe tremble. Even the 3,000 great Dao rules are projected onto the sky, seemingly quivering in fear. All Dao and law within the vast universe seem to freeze and seal in this instant. Yue, just a Quasi-Emperor, actually forced the Great Emperor to this point. The 5 Great Emperors descending at once just to suppress Yue. Every powerhouse is trembling in their boots, scalps are numb. They never expected Yue could push the Great Emperor this far. Sadly, even with unparalleled combat power, he shouldn't have been so arrogant. Opposing the Great Emperor isn't the same as defeating one. Even if the Great Emperor doesn't break the seal, with 5 Great Emperors descending, how can Yue resist? But seeing the current situation, countless powerhouses are shaking their heads, completely believing I have no chance of fighting back. After all, it's 5 Great Emperors descending. Even without breaking the seal, how can a Quasi-Emperor like Yue compete? Everyone already knows what the outcome will be in their hearts. That Yue is definitely gonna die today. Faced with the aura of the 5 descending Great Emperors, I'm smiling, and my smile makes them frown slightly, a bit confused. They don't understand why I can still laugh at this moment. Under the gaze of countless eyes, I reach out and grab towards the void. With a thought, I've secretly connected with the 8 desolate hell halberd in space. In an instant, the universe shifts, demonic flames soar to the heavens. A halberd like a coiled black dragon containing the omen of all things shattering descends from the sky. When the war halberd appears, the surrounding space comes viscous, even time seems to stop flowing. A terrifying pressure spreads in all directions. The myriad stars in the azure sky star domain are trembling. The glittering starlight shakes even more, seemingly unable to withstand it. The terrifying power contained within the 8 desolate hell halberd. A war halberd phantom radiating black flames floats within, seemingly illuminating the entire universe. The 8 desolate hell halberd's appearance shakes the entire universe. This aura, it's the aura of an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon descending. In an instant, in the corners of the universe, ancient beings in slumber are awakened by the 8 desolate hell halberd. Countless eyes peered at me from across the starry sky, and sinister auras churned everywhere in the universe. This Yue brat actually has a supreme emperor weapon. The 5 great emperors all stared, their faces turning ugly. You gotta know, even many great emperors don't possess a supreme emperor weapon. A Supreme Emperor weapon is even more precious than a Great Emperor. That ain't just talk. Do you all want to break your seals and throw down with this Emperor, or are you gonna scram? Today I, this Emperor, am definitely causing chaos in this ancient era. Originally, I wasn't sure if I could stand against a Great Emperor, but with the 8 desolate Purgatory halberd in my hand, I understood. As long as they don't have a Supreme Emperor weapon, even a Great Emperor can be suppressed by yours truly. Fellow Taoist, could there be some misunderstanding in this action? As soon as these words were spoken, every expert in the entire universe gasped. To think a great emperor would admit defeat the first time ever in countless years, and to a quasi-emperor no less. It made them stare at me in disbelief and horror. The Xuanhu Great Emperor colluded with traitors of the human race, plotting to destroy my Tianhuang continent, using the life essence of all living beings on Tianhuang continent to replenish himself. As a human race quasi-emperor, I naturally have to protect the human race. You dare say this is a misunderstanding? The 5 great emperors were all silent, secretly cursing in their hearts. Why are all these human race people so damn stupid, prioritizing their race above everything else? As soon as I finished speaking, the battle intent on my body blazed like fire, as if I couldn't wait to fight. Ping Team Great Emperor and the other 4 emperors' eyes narrowed slightly. A quasi-emperor isn't scary, but Chen Emperor with a Supreme Emperor weapon is a whole different story. Haven't they lived until now for longevity? You expect them to risk their lives against me? No way. Otherwise, Ping Tian Great Emperor wouldn't have admitted defeat. After a moment's thought, the 4 emperors made their decisions. How laughable. Vayaye, so what if you have a Supreme Emperor weapon? I'm different. He was about to sneer and tell the others to revive him together, but before he could finish speaking, Xuanhu Great Emperor's face turned green because the other 4 Great Emperors had already run away. As soon as they heard I wasn't looking to fight them to the death, but only looking for Xuanhu Great Emperor, without hesitation they turned around and left. As for face, who cares? If they cared about face, they wouldn't have abandoned everything, hidden in the Forbidden Zone, and sealed themselves just to survive. After a long time, who will remember their shame? Right now, survival is the most important thing. The Xuanhu Great Emperor was so angry that his eyes widened and he was speechless. All the obstacles have scrammed. The Xuanhu, are you going to break your seal yourself? Or do I, this Emperor, have to beat you until you break it? Bro's an Emperor. He can't be out here embarrassing himself in front of the whole universe. Gotta pull out that Emperor swag and fight me. This ain't some weak sauce Xianxia world. Xuanhuan is all about fighting, grinding, and becoming the strongest. If you want to level up, you gotta throw hands. I hit Quasi-Emperor in 500 years by fighting non-stop, stepping on the corpses of all those arrogant geniuses. Fighting this dude's gonna give me a major boost. Thinking about it makes me want to lick my dry lips. I'm so freaking hyped. Sensing my battle intent, the ancient emperor went silent. Then cracks started spreading across the Xuanhuan seal holding the ancient emperor. Boom! That thick emperor aura erupted with the shattering of the Xuanhuan, shaking the whole universe. The emperor's power just kept growing. Then this white-haired pretty boy with a horn on his head and scales on his face strolls out of thin air. You'll pay for waking me with your life force and an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. You'll learn the price of challenging an emperor. As soon as he finished talking, the Xuanhu Great Emperor roared, unleashing horrifying power to start recovering. In the blink of an eye, the Xuanhu Great Emperor attacked me with endless, terrifying pressure. Lazy me, facing a fully revived emperor, I ain't gonna be careless or arrogant. Since the Xuanhu Great Emperor made his move, I'm not holding back either. I'm dropping my own secret technique with everything I've got. Lazy Jue can create countless clones, but the more you make, the weaker each one gets. If I make 10 clones, each one will have 90% of my original power. Boom! With a quick move, 9 clones appeared beside me, each one with Quasi-Emperor level power and hints of mysterious ancient energy. Genzi Mi and Zijue can turn anything in the world into a formation and stack formations on top of each other. The Dao patterns turn into strands of divine intent imprints, connecting me and each clone. I can vaguely sense metal, wood, water, fire, earth, and many other awesome powers forming. In a flash, the 10 of us make a formation that completely surrounds and seals off the ancient emperor. Then I go all out, using my last 3 secret techniques. Zhengziju grants unmatched speed, so fast it can literally rewind time. Chanzi Jue lets me see the past and future. In battle, I can predict my opponent's moves, anticipate their attacks, and lock onto their weaknesses. And Jzi Jue turns everything into fuel for myself. Any energy can become mine, constantly replenishing my power. The 9 secrets are strong, but they drain a ton of energy. And Jzi Mi is the key to using them. As I swing my battle axe, I can feel the boundless power that Genzi Mi gives me. Seems like time is frozen under this one attack. With a slight move, my body boosted by Xingzi leaves no trace, yet seems to be everywhere, constantly boosting my spirit, energy, and focus. Dozumi recreates countless techniques, divine skills, and secret methods that drain my energy. But with the power of Jizumi, it's like my body is covered in black holes that swallow up huge amounts of chaos. Facing my non-stop barrage of attacks, this Xuanhu Dadi guy was instantly overwhelmed. Even though his battle experience, sealed for years, is slowly returning, still not enough to resist even a little. In just a few seconds, I exchanged over 10,000 blows with Xuanhu Dadi. The entire Chaos Sea seems to be turned upside down because of us, and Xuanhu Dadi is being suppressed to the extreme by yours truly. The aftershocks of this terrifying battle, each wave unleashed a massive amount of feng shui. Countless worlds are born and shattered because of our battle. As the battle continues, Luan Gudadi's combat experience fully recovers, but it's still difficult to withstand my fierce offensive. Luan Gudadi roared, disregarding the consumption of his lifespan, pushing his Dadi Dao fruit to the limit. I am the Dadi. The manager of Tianxin attained the Dadi Dao fruit of a Dadi. Just a Jundi like you? How can you resist this lord? This lord suppresses even Dadi. My face is cold like a god looking down upon Luan Gudadi. Z-Me technique. The Z-Me technique can rapidly heal my wounds, and in an instant restore my essence, chi, and spirit to their peak, making them nearly immortal and indestructible. Even if I'm shattered, leaving only a drop of blood, as long as my will is undying, I can instantly revive. The light of life is born. A streak of blue light flashes from my body, and the wounds on his body instantly revert to their original state. My eyes are profound, and 9 words of wonderful sound come from my mouth, instantly merging. Immediately afterward, mysterious Tao texts revolve around me, evolving, and his aura has reached the pinnacle of the absolute peak of the world. Luan Gu, your death is not in vain. The terrifying power in this moment reaches its peak. In an instant, Luan Gudadi's expression changes and his mind trembles. Luan Gudadi instinctively wants to run, no can do. Fleeing at this moment will only lead to a faster death. Just as his instincts compel him to flee, Luan Gudadi uses his will to forcibly control his body, his face completely calm. How could Luan Gudadi, the only one to attain Dadi in an era, truly be a fool who runs away in battle? This would undoubtedly be abandoning all defenses, waiting for the enemy to kill him. Wei Ya, you forced my hand. Even if this lord dies in this battle, I must let you know what a Dadi truly is. Gritting his teeth, Luan Gudadi made up his mind, looking at me with angry eyes. In an instant, the aura on Luan Gudadi's body suddenly surges, followed by his face rapidly turning green and a decaying aura radiating from his breath. Let me show you why I was able to attain Luan Gu. Perhaps it's because he's facing life and death. Luan Gudadi has let go of life and death, his bearing returning to the Dadi who once suppressed an era. Looking at me, Luan Gudadi begins to form hand seals, uttering each word. Wangu Po Mi. With a loud explosion, the two simultaneously unleash their strongest attacks. Ajundi is actually suppressing a Dadi? Looking at me and Luan Gudadi fighting, countless experts are shocked, marveling endlessly. Didn't expect our boy to be this OP. He's not even an emperor yet, but he's surpassed them all. If this absolute unit becomes an emperor, his power will be unimaginable. Inside the Forbidden Zone, countless ancient emperors' expressions changed. Their eyes were extremely serious, and even filled with fear. It seems like the victor is about to be decided. Seeing me and Luan Gudadi both using our ultimate moves, countless experts suppressed their thoughts and immediately focused their attention, staring intently at the two of us. I and Luan Gudadi simultaneously unleashed our strongest attacks. All the great Daos and rules in the chaotic sea seemed to vanish in this instant. Even the ancient beings who had attained the great Emperor Dao fruit, despite being in the Forbidden Zone, found it difficult to approach the chaotic sea area where the two fought with their divine senses. Countless experts below the great Emperor realm couldn't help but instinctively release their divine senses. But before they could even get close, they groaned and their auras weakened one after another. Who exactly won? This thought flashed through everyone's minds. Just at this moment, heavy footsteps echoed. At the intersection of the chaotic sea and the universe, a figure gradually emerged. The 8 desolate purgatory halberd pointed downwards, drops of blood dripping from it. The entire universe seemed to fall silent in this moment. Although they had expected it, when they saw that the person who appeared was me, everyone's minds went blank, seemingly completely unexpected. From now on, the one who schemed against the human race is dead. My voice was like thunder, my eyes swept across the vast universe. Hearing this, the expressions of all the great emperors became ugly. Since attaining the great emperor realm, they had stood at the pinnacle of the universe. Even though they had sealed their divine essence, the reputation of the Forbidden Zone still shook the universe. But today, a Quasi-Emperor was blatantly yelling at the great emperors like this. How arrogant, how presumptuous, but no one stood up to refute, nor did anyone utter a reprimand. And at this moment, I was sitting cross-legged on a large dead star in seclusion, digesting the insights I had just gained in the battle. When I opened my eyes again, I had broken through to the second level of the Quasi-Emperor realm. Just at this moment, the system's mechanical notification sound rang in my ears. The Kangkyong Star Region Beidou Great Emperor Secret Realm is about to open, requiring the host to survive the Secret Realm exploration from the hands of the Child of Destiny. My actions paused and my expression froze. Didn't I already kill the Child of Destiny, Wang Huo? Could it be that there is a new Child of Destiny? The Beidou Secret Realm is the secret realm I once went to when my cultivation was at the Dao Sea Realm. The highest level secret realm space can only accommodate cultivators below the Divine Treasure Realm. Recalling it a bit, I remembered the situation of this Beidou Secret Realm and then fell into contemplation. So how can I, a Quasi-Emperor Bigshot, enter a secret realm that only allows people below the Divine Treasure Realm to enter? Fortunately, I'm a Quasi-Emperor. The corner of my mouth curved into a line. Being a dignified Quasi-Emperor, why should it be so troublesome to enter a secret realm? A bit curious, who is the Child of Destiny this time? Might as well use this chance to get a grip on what this whole system deal is. With eyes that could see through dimensions, I gazed towards a corner of the cosmos. Now, with just hours till the Beidou Secret Realm opens, I'm making a detour to figure out the sitch with this system and sniff out any conspiracies. This anti-hero system hooked me up with an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, sure, but I've been grinding in this Xuanhuan world for 5 years, fam. How can I just blindly trust this system for real? If the system activated the moment I transmigrated, maybe I'd be chill. But right now, this system ain't all that to me. First things first, gotta suss out this system's game plan. Then hitting up the Beidou secret realm won't be late. Plus, it's been a hot minute since I visited my waifu. Cue flashback. I took one step and ripped through space, peace out. In a blink, I arrived at the Shenmue Forbidden Zone. Seeing the Shenmue Forbidden Zone, I can't help but feel something. If I hadn't stumbled in here before, would I even be where I am today? 200 years back, my cultivation hit the Heavenly Ladder realm. Then, while on the run from a gang of powerhouses, I face planted into a spatial rift. When I woke up, I was in the Shenmue Forbidden Zone. That wild ride laid my immortal foundation and skyrocketed my power. In a measly 200 years, I've used pure power to smack down all opposition and became a Quasi-Emperor. I tossed aside any useless thoughts and stepped into the Shenmue Forbidden Zone. Next thing I knew, I was in a dark, eerie world. Bleak skies, scorched earth, what a vibe. This world's like a rotting corpse. Even the trees are black with blood-red veins coiling around them. The air's thick with bad vibes and murderous intent. One wrong step and it's game over. Senior Yuye is here to visit. Please grace me with your presence. Taking a deep breath, I bowed and yelled. As soon as I spoke, space ripples formed around my body. Not resisting, I let the spatial ripples swallow me whole. In the distance, a waterfall that seemed like a celestial river poured down, radiating endless Dao. The heart of the forest, a sea of flowers, swayed in the wind. A thatched cottage stood tall in the middle of the sea of flowers, supremely poetic. This world looks like paradise, like a hidden retreat. Even though I've been here, seeing this still takes my breath away. Especially now that I'm a Quasi-Emperor, I can feel each flower holds a whole world. One flower, one world, one leaf, one Bodhi. What do you need? As I turned around and saw a person in white robes, a graceful figure, calmly looking at me. This person is the master of the Divine Devil Forbidden Zone. No one knows her history, only that she is extremely ancient, and the number of times she has taken action can be counted on one hand. Each time she suppressed a great emperor, her power is so immense it's hard to describe. 200 years ago, when I got lost in the Divine Devil Forbidden Zone, she saved me. That was the only time I was recognized as a transmigrator. It was precisely because of my transmigrator status that she took action to save me. Just because she found it interesting, she bestowed some opportunities upon me. And it's because of her curiosity that I have achieved what I have today. 200 years ago, many thanks to Senior for helping me. Otherwise, this junior wouldn't be where I am today. I bowed deeply before the Emperor, saying respectfully. The Emperor shook her head, telling me not to mind it. Then she gestured for me to sit down opposite her. Without another word, I obediently sat down on the wooden chair facing the Emperor. That Journey to the West story, the Emperor looked at me expectantly. I know the Emperor wants to know the story behind Journey to the West, so I added, the complete version of Journey to the West in exchange for all 9-syllable secrets. Alright, I'll tell you about it later, helping you fully complete the 9-syllable secrets. The Emperor nodded in satisfaction, a faint smile blooming. Is this for real? The Emperor is unreasonably strong, but for some reason I always feel the Emperor is a little endearing. I guess it's because the female Emperor is just a shut-in, not caring about worldly affairs, so sometimes she makes others feel she's a little silly. Speak, what brings you to me? If there's nothing, you probably wouldn't come to my place. For some reason, I felt the Emperor's tone was a bit melancholic when she said that. Then I told the Emperor about the system suddenly appearing, wanting her to see if there was anything wrong with it. Hearing this, she said with some interest and reached out, a massive burst of divine sense engulfing me, then immediately permeating my body. The next second, the Emperor retracted her hand, and a faint ball of light, with countless runes glittering on its surface, appeared in the Emperor's palm. This is actually the main body of the system. Damn, the Emperor actually caught the entire system's main body in 1 second. The Emperor sensed the system's situation, casually placed the system back into my body, and said, I didn't detect any calculations or strangeness in this thing. Surely it isn't some conspiracy, right? Hearing this, I secretly breathed a sigh of relief. If there's no conspiracy, then I'm relieved. This is also why I dared to let the Emperor check without worrying that the Emperor would covet my treasures. To put it bluntly, the Emperor is just a shut-in, moreover a Buddhist-type shut-in with a bit of social anxiety. If she wanted a treasure, no one in the entire universe could compete with her, and she could ascend to the upper realm at any time. This is also the conclusion I came to after spending a few days with the Emperor hundreds of years ago. Anything else? The Emperor asked. And that's a wrap. Did bro really run out of content already? Daizun mumbled something, then stared at me, looking all expectant. I get the hint. Fine, story time it is. I chuckled. Dazun nodded all giddy like a kid. With a wave, she unleashed a torrent of Dao principles, locking down the flow of time in this entire realm. Girl knows I got stuff to deal with, so she freezes time so I can finish the story. Reminiscing about Journey to the West, I began to slowly narrate. After reciting the whole saga, Dizun's guidance sparked some new insights into the Ju-Zimi. So I straight up went into secluded cultivation right there at Dizun's crib, started sorting things out and deducing. In a flash, half a year flew by, my eyes snapped open, a spark of pure energy flashed within, and my aura became even deeper and more profound. The complete Ju-Zimi can now officially be called an Emperor-level technique. Even though I'm just at the Jundi second layer, I can now go toe-to-toe with a Dadi using Ju-Zimi without relying on extreme Emperor weapons. I excitedly thought to myself. Composing myself, I glanced at Dazun only to find her quietly sipping tea and spacing out on a wooden chair. Many thanks for your guidance, senior. I stood up, bowed to Dizun, and spoke with gratitude. Daizun shook her head, indicating there was no need for thanks. Hesitating for a moment, she whispered, "Any other interesting stories?" "I've seen all the stories in this universe." That last sentence came out as barely a breath. No cap, Dizun is a total shut-in. Who the hell has time to binge every story from every civilization and world in the universe? I smiled and said to her, "Of course I've got more. In my past life I was a bookworm. The stories I've read are practically endless." Hearing this, Dizun's eyes lit up, but she picked up the teacup on the stone table, pretending to take a sip. "Drop by my place when you're free." Then Dizun looked up and seriously added, "I also know many secret techniques and divine powers." I grinned and agreed. Even if Dizun hadn't said anything, I definitely would have visited. After all, the strongest person in the entire universe is probably Dizun. If I don't latch onto this absolute unit, I'm a straight-up idiot. Dizun nodded in satisfaction, waving her hand to open a spatial pathway leading out of the God-Devil Forbidden Zone for me. I bowed and turned to prepare to leave. Daizun looked at my back, pondered for a moment, and said, "If you plan to wait for the Tian Men to open to ascend to the upper realm, you better prepare in advance." I paused, turning back to look at Dizun in confusion. The upper realm isn't as simple as people imagine. Recklessly ascending to the upper realm is practically a death sentence. You need to prepare now, like establishing some kind of power. Hearing this, my pupils contracted. Unable to understand, I asked, "Senior, how does establishing a power relate to self-preservation when ascending to the upper realm?" To this, Dizun didn't reply. She lowered her head, seeming to have discovered something interesting. She gently stirred her teacup. "I kinda get it now. Dizun's picked up some bad habits. She's afraid I won't visit again, so she's dangling some bait, so I'll ask next time." OMG, how can this emperor be so damn cute? I touched my nose with a wry smile, bowed my head, and turned to leave. The Beidou secret realm is about to open, and many powerhouses have joined forces to create a vast platform in front of it. Just a glance, and the entire platform is already shoulder-to-shoulder packed. Numerous cultivators are buzzing and exchanging info. And the thing that everyone's talking about the most is ME. After all, 3 years ago, my feat of suppressing the ancient Chaos Great Emperor was too shocking. Tianguang, you entered the Dao at 5, opened your Dao C at 10, and now before even turning 20, you've reached the peak of the blood refinement realm. This time, as long as you obtain the inheritance of the Beidou Great Emperor, the next Moon Knight Great Emperor might very well be you. The sect leader of the Ziwei Dao Palace looked at the young man before him and earnestly instructed him. The next Moon Knight Great Emperor? Jun Tianguang frowned, a little displeased. He felt a hint of dissatisfaction and hostility toward Yu Ye in his heart. He just born earlier than me. What right does he have to be compared to me? If Yu Ye and I were in the same era, that little Yu Ye Great Emperor would have been suppressed by me long ago. Master, I am me. I am Jun Tianguang. How could I be anyone else? If the inheritance of the Beidou Great Emperor falls into my hands, it will be an honor for the Beidou Great Emperor, for only I can promote his inheritance. As for becoming a Great Emperor, the outside world all claims that this era is destined for only Yu Ye Great Emperor to achieve enlightenment. How laughable. Give me a little more time, and I will surely achieve Quasi-Emperor. At that time, who wins and who loses is still unknown. This era can only have one Great Emperor. And that's me. When Tianguang raised his head and spoke with arrogant confidence. He was born with natural celestial phenomena and was blessed by the heavens. At the tender age of 5, before even cultivating, he had already reached the perfect innate body tempering stage, and at 10 he naturally opened his Dao C. And now he has reached the peak of the blood refinement realm. Not only that, but the entire younger generation of Tiangu Star is suppressed by him. No one is his opponent. What the hell is Yu Ye Great Emperor? Does he even deserve to be mentioned here? If he hadn't been forcibly suppressing his cultivation to enter the Beidou secret realm, he probably would have already reached the peak of the divine hidden realm. Yi Great Emperor is nothing but someone born a little earlier. Otherwise, he wouldn't even see my shadow. Yes, my disciple is absolutely right. Once this trip to the Beidou secret realm is over, your name will surely resonate throughout the cultivation world. Surpassing Yu Ye Great Emperor in the future is naturally a matter of course. After all, Yu Ye Great Emperor is called a Great Emperor, but in reality he is just a Quasi-Emperor. The sect leader of the Ziwei Dao Palace nodded repeatedly, flattering Jun Tianguang. Although he didn't think Jun... After all, since ancient times, those with high talent cultivate at lightning speed in the early stages, but how many can actually reach the Quasi-Emperor realm, let alone the Great Emperor realm? Only a monster who grows up remains a monster. Otherwise, they're nothing. But who cares? It's just empty flattery. What's the big deal? What level is Yue Dadi that you dare compare him to Tianguang? How laughable. Just give Tianguang some time and surpassing Yue Dadi will be a piece of cake. Tuanguang, you have the qualifications of a great emperor and are no different from Yu Ye. If Yu Ye can do it, you definitely can in the future. A group also smiled from ear to ear, taking turns praising Jun Tianguang. Their thoughts were naturally the same as the sect leaders. So what if they exaggerate a bit when haunting a kid? After all, Jun Tianguang's talent is truly terrifying. They genuinely rely on Jun Tianguang. In the future, his growth will take them to new heights. So naturally, they have to flatter Jun Tianguang. There will come a day when I will make this sky unable to cover my eyes, this earth unable to bury my heart, and all the Zhutian gods and demons will fight for me. When I emerge from the Beidou secret realm, my name will surely resonate throughout Zhutian. My invincible path will begin from then on. Then Tianguang raised his head high, chest puffed out, full of heroic spirit, one hand pointing to the sky, and the other pointing to the earth, arrogantly declaring. Fortunately, the Ziwei Dao elders had set up an isolation barrier. Or else if outsiders heard this, they felt they'd probably have to dig a 3-bedroom villa with their toes. Although in their hearts they felt that Jun Tianguang was really good at blowing hot air on the surface, the Ziwei Dao elders still gave thumbs up one after another, saying, so cool, Tianguang is so cool. And the Ziwei Dao disciples next to him even more so looked at Jun Tianguang with worship and reverence. This made Jun Tianguang even more energetic, feeling like he was about to become invincible in the Beidou secret realm. Beidou secret realm, as long as I obtain the inheritance of the Beidou Dadi, I will be invincible. The biggest winner in this Beidou secret realm will be none other than me, and can only be me. Raising his head and looking forward, the void had already begun to emit glittering specks of light. Jun Tianguang's eyes burned with fire, his heart full of soaring spirit, thinking to himself, this must be the child of destiny, right? At the same time, in the space above the platform, Yueya looked at Jun Tianguang with a strange expression, thinking to himself, wasn't he intentionally looking for the child of destiny? After all, there are so many people here. How long would it take to use Qi observation technique to look at them one by one? This time, it was fortunate that Jun Tianguang and the others kept mentioning it, especially when Jun Tianguang mentioned him with malice and hostility. It would be strange if Yuye didn't sense it. For a great emperor, having a thought is enough to know within the entire universe. As long as the great emperor's true name is mentioned, the great emperor can sense it in his heart. This is precisely why those people of Ziwei Daogong dared to blatantly mention and slander him. Anyway, in their tiny little brains, Yuya may have the title of Great Emperor, but they think he's just a Quasi-Emperor, not quite at the level where he knows everything just by thinking about it. Too bad for them, because under normal circumstances they'd be right. But our boy Yuya here, he's got the Chanzi Mystic. Past future, he can see it all. Mentioning his name is basically a free invite to get your location tracked. Basic stuff, really. A prodigy with the mandate of heaven, huh? Looks like it from here. The Beidou secret realm supposedly opens the path to invincibility. Yue's lips curl into a smirk. Nice thought. But looks like you're not getting into the Beidou secret realm. As if sensing something, Yue looks towards the entrance of the Beidou secret realm. At the same time, everyone on the platform who was previously chatting madly also noticed something and looked towards the Beidou secret realm. The void, which was originally emitting glittering light spots, was now showing a massive amount of brilliant clouds, and illusions of various stars were appearing one after another. Celestial music, divine laws, Tao energy, and shimmering light. Countless strange phenomena were rapidly appearing and changing, and a large amount of pure spiritual qi was erupting from the void, spreading in all directions. Everyone who inhaled the pure spiritual qi felt refreshed, and even the aura on their bodies changed, as if they had received a significant benefit. In the blink of an eye, the illusion of an ancient and glorious world, magnificent and grand, was gradually being outlined from the void. The Beidou secret realm. The Beidou secret realm is about to open. It's finally about to open. The Beidou secret realm is finally about to open. Haha, Beidou secret realm, I'm coming for you. In an instant, everyone on the platform stood up. A group of young cultivators were even more excited, their eyes burning with passion, breathing heavily, looking towards the opening Beidou secret realm. What's there to be excited about? You're all just making wedding clothes for me. This Beidou secret realm was born for me. How can you compete with me? Seeing the others so excited, Jun Tianguang sneered. He thought to himself that although he was also a little excited now, he was excited because he was about to open the path to invincibility, and even imagined the scene of him receiving the inheritance of the Beidou Great Emperor. Under everyone's gaze, the illusion of the Beidou secret realm began to solidify, and a force of space rapidly converged. Soon a vast and boundless space passage appeared in the void. The Beidou secret realm has opened. Just as all the experts were preparing to lead their disciples into the Beidou secret realm, a figure suddenly appeared in front of the space passage of the Beidou secret realm. The person who appeared was Yoye Great Emperor? It's Yoye Great Emperor again. Yoye Great Emperor has arrived. When they clearly saw Yoye standing in front of the space passage, everyone on the platform was shocked, their faces showing disbelief, their minds a little stunned, as if they hadn't had time to react. We respectfully welcome the arrival of Yoye Great Emperor. The next second, they came back to their senses. Everyone used their strength and immediately bowed deeply to Yoye, shouting out loud, even though Yoye's aura was contained, without any anomalies or pressure being released. For some reason, everyone felt a sense of suppression from the depths of their being. Even great Saint Kings felt suffocated. Is this the majesty of Yoye Dadi? A hint of awe flashed in everyone's eyes, along with some confusion and curiosity. Why did Yoye Dadi suddenly manifest demonic energy? But Yoye ignored the people who were bowing. His eyes turned towards the entrance of Beidou's secret realm, Yoye's gaze becoming somewhat solemn. Within the Beidou secret realm, there was a fluctuation of demonic energy, a negative fluctuation filled with evil, chaos, and destructive violence. Besides demonic energy, Yoye couldn't think of any other possibilities. Has something happened within the Beidou secret realm? Taking a deep breath, Yue's eyes became serious. If that's the case, then his plan must be slightly changed. With the thought, Yue turned to look at all the cultivators, calmly saying, "The Beidou secret realm is permanently closed. You may leave." What? The Beidou secret realm is permanently closed. Why is the Beidou secret realm, which was perfectly fine, being permanently closed? As soon as these words came out, all the cultivators revealed astonished expressions, their eyes also becoming extremely bewildered. Then, as if thinking of something, everyone's heart trembled and their expressions became strange. Could it be that Yoye Dadi wants to monopolize the Beidou secret realm? Of course, they didn't dare to say these words out loud and could only speculate wildly in their hearts. Yoye naturally didn't care about what everyone was thinking. He was a Dadi. His words were golden and set in stone. What he said was what he did. Yoye was too lazy to explain and looked towards the Beidou secret realm again, raising his hand to prepare to act. At this moment, a loud shout came from the platform. Yoye Dadi, do you really want to bully the weak and monopolize the Beidou secret realm? As soon as the voice fell, the entire platform seemed to sink into a deathly silence. Many cultivators who were preparing to leave were also stunned, their faces showing shock, and immediately looked towards the source of the sound. Who has the guts to provoke Yoye Dadi? You must know that this is the person who, with the identity of a Quasi-Emperor, suppressed a true Dadi. Even Yueye stopped, a smile that wasn't a smile appearing on his face, turning to look at the speaker. And the speaker was none other than Jun Tiangua, only to see that Jun Tiangua was surrounded by empty space. The forces from all directions had retreated far from the Ziwei Dao Palace area. Even the higher-ups of the Ziwei Dao Palace were dumbfounded and stupefied, their minds buzzing. It's over this time. This kid is courting death. This thought flashed through the minds of the Ziwei Dao Palace sect leader and other elders. Please, Yueye Dadi, quell your anger. Xiao Tu is young and ignorant, he doesn't know any better. We beg Dadi for forgiveness. Sensing Yoye's gaze, the sect leader trembled all over, directly kneeling on the ground, and said shakily. The other elders also knelt down one after another, their faces already pale, while the disciples of the Ziwei Dao Palace were scared stiff. Master, esteemed elders, why must you do this? Isn't what I said the truth? Yueye Dadi, as a Dadi, surely you don't need to compete for opportunities with us juniors, do you? Jun Tiank frowned and said coldly. The sect leader was nearly scared out of his wits, and he just wanted to shut Jun Tiank's mouth. A group of elders trembled non-stop, feeling their scalps going numb. All the cultivators looked like they had seen a ghost, and they looked at Jun Tianke with admiration. Only one thought remained in their minds. When did this guy get so brave? You're saying that Ben D is bullying the weak? How interesting. As expected of the child of destiny, they're all such arrogant bastards, and they're even trying to morally kidnap me. Yoye sneered in his heart, and a hint of playfulness appeared at the corner of his mouth. Moral kidnapping? You think that'll work on me? Do you really think I'm some kind of saint? Ben D is going to compete for the opportunity. What are you going to do about it? Do any of you have any objections? Yueye said casually, glancing across the entire platform. We have no objections. The cultivators bowed their heads to the ground, shouting loudly. They weren't as stupid as Jun Tiank. Provoking a Dadi was literally courting death. Jun Tiank's face was ashen. He was angry that these people wouldn't stand on the same side as him, and angry that Yoye didn't have the slightest bearing of a powerhouse. You are the Dadi of the human race. How can you compete for the opportunities of us juniors? Yuye Dadi, are you perhaps afraid that we will grow up and threaten your position, so you're scared? Jun Tianqi raised his head high and puffed out his chest, shouting loudly. His voice was high-pitched and echoed throughout the area. The entire platform was filled with Jun Tianke's voice, which echoed incessantly, while the other cultivators were so frightened that their souls almost scattered. This time, even the thought of feeling that Jun Tianke was brave disappeared, and their faces all turned pale. You're too audacious. The higher-ups of the Ziwei Dao Palace were furious, scolding one after another. Ziwei Dao Palace, you're really brave to have produced such a rebellious disciple. Huang Jishuan, I think your Ziwei Dao Palace doesn't need to exist anymore. Yueye Dadi's status is so noble, how can we allow you little people to provoke him? You milk-smelling brat dares to speak carelessly about the Dadi. You're really too bold. Huang Jishuan, is your Ziwei Dao Palace courting death? Many cultivators could no longer sit still. The powerhouses of the major forces spoke up one after another, angrily shouting, if you want to die, don't drag us down with you. Our brains aren't broken, and we've never thought of provoking a Dadi. In an instant, countless killing intents arose and many key energies overflowed. The pressure's mounting on Ziwei Dao Palace, like they're about to get Thanos snapped out of existence. Jun Tianke, you got any idea what you've done? Your Majesty. Huang Zhen's face is paler than to ghost rage staring at Jun Tianke but gets cut off mid-sentence. What crime? So what if you're a great emperor? Does being a great emperor mean you can make everyone lose their backbone? Make you bow down and kiss the ring. Nan Chenke's voice skyrockets, dripping with arrogance. Madman, you're a straight-up lunatic, the dumbest kind at that. Everyone's brain just blue-screened, jaws hitting the floor. Who knew this kind of guy even existed? You think I'm scared you'll steal my spotlight? You say I'm bullying the weak? I was rallying the races to put our human race on the map. Where were you then? I held back the beast tide so our human race wouldn't be slaughtered. Where were you then? I even gathered the strongest guys from our sect to help the human race's geniuses grow up. Where were you then? I suppressed the myriad races, hogged the great emperor title, blessed our human race, and enlightened all living things. Where the hell were you when I was doing all that? Yoye stares punctuating a sentence. Voice like thunder, presence amplified by the Yoye apparition over Jun Tianke, the final line making Jun Tianke instinctively stumble back. Or are you gonna try and say you were too young to do any of that back then? Vaya's icy gaze lit into Jun Tianke, flatly stating the obvious. Juntian looks like he got hit with a truth bomb, face instantly turning beet red. So what if I monopolized the Beidou secret realm? Who asked a junior like you for their 2 cents? What position do you hold? What power do you have to question me? Are you worthy? In the path of cultivation, might makes right. If I'm strong, then my words are golden wisdom. Don't like it? Tough luck. Yoye coldly declares, Yoye Great Emperor, our Ziwei Dao Palace doesn't have a traitorous disciple like this. On behalf of Ziwei Dao Palace, I hereby officially expel Juntian from the sect. May the Yoye Great Emperor be the judge, Huang Jixuan shouts out. Tianke stares at Huang Jixuan in disbelief, face twisting into a demonic snarl. On what grounds are you expelling me from the sect? You bootlicking dogs, you're all the Great Emperor's hounds. Ding, a child of destiny gets kicked out of his sect and suppressed by the main character. Congrats, Master, for completing the mission. The more complete the mission, the better the rewards. The system's voice echoes in Yiwu's ears. We representing the factions of the Kangxiong Starfield hereby expel Juntian K. If Juntian dares to step into the Kangxiong Star territory, it's over for him. At this moment, the powerhouses from all factions, after a quick telepathic huddle, started speaking up one by one. In an instant, the entire arena was echoing with the voices of various powerhouses. The entire Xuanhuan universe star territories were chiming in, denouncing Jun Tianjie. Before Yoya the Great Emperor spoke, they wouldn't dare to attack Jun Tiange directly, but voicing their stance and ostracizing him, totally doable. They didn't want Yoya the Great Emperor to misunderstand and think they were on Jun Tiange's side. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. In just a few breaths, Jun Tiange became public enemy number 1, cancelled by the entire universe. That instant, Jun Tiange looked like he'd been struck by lightning, his whole body trembling, face stiff and pale as a ghost. He never expected to pay such a huge price for just questioning Yu a few times. Why? Why is this happening? I was clearly speaking up for everyone. Why are these people treating me like this? Why are these guys even helping Yoya the Great Emperor? System, the protagonist Chi luck is plummeting due to being ostracized by the entire universe. His reputation has taken a nosedive, mission rewards are increasing. Looking at the dumbfounded Jun Tianjie, Yeyu's expression remained calm, even amused. Trying to use moral high ground to manipulate? Before absolute power, these petty schemes are just a joke. How pathetic. Right now, I'm a Quasi-Emperor, and I just killed another Quasi-Emperor in front of the entire universe. Dealing with a tiny son of destiny like Yu, he doesn't even need to lift a finger. Countless people are already lining up to do it for him. It's not like those villain MCs from the novels he used to read, needing to go toe-to-toe with the protagonist. All because of you. If I'm not living well, you're coming down with me. Jun Tiange glared hatefully at Yu, his anger and fear all coalescing into pure malice directed at Yu. At this moment, Jun Tiange didn't even care that Yu was a Quasi-Emperor, while he was only at the blood-refining realm. You really think you're all that, huh? If we weren't in the same era, you wouldn't even be able to catch up to my shadow. I am the heavenly god saint, blessed with the divine saint body. Do you dare suppress your cultivation and fight me in the same realm? Jun Tiange pointed at Yu and shouted loudly. He wanted to prove it. He wanted to show the entire universe that even a Quasi-Emperor was no match for him in the same realm. Only in this way could he prove his worth. Only in this way could he survive. Clearly, Jun Tiange isn't an idiot. He's very aware of his current predicament. If he could defeat Yu in the same realm, he would definitely be valued by others. At that point, even if the factions outwardly targeted him, he would be safe and sound. Maybe this was even a great opportunity. Otherwise, he was definitely dead. As for whether he could defeat Yu or not, this dude's got Emperor-level talent. Future Emperor confirmed. How could Yu even stand a chance against him? Yu, just be a stepping stone for me, alright? As if you could beat me at the same level. Jun Tiange thought to himself, and right as he finished that thought, Yu glanced at the Quasi-Emperor's pressure. Once, single, Jun Tiange turned into dust, completely erased by Yu, not even a trace of his soul remained. What an idiot. Yu shook his head completely unfazed. Fight me at the same level? You actually think you're worthy? Who do you think you are? You think I'll just play along with whatever you say? What a shameless guy. Should have just killed him. In the next second, the void makes a low sound. Thunder clouds rolled over from the space. Heavenly tribulation is about to descend. Yiyu's eyes flashed a cold light, and he coldly shouted as if an invisible force erupted from Yiyu's body. In an instant, the heavenly tribulation above the universe directly retreated like a tide. Heaven and earth's will retreated, not daring to punish Yiyu at all. The Son of Providence has been killed by the host. The host has completed the task beyond expectations. The upgrade gift bag is being enhanced, and the upgrade task has been settled. Congratulations to the host for completing the upgrade task. Would you like to open the big upgrade gift bag, host? The system's notification sounds echoed by Yiyu's ear. Open. Yeyu murmured a word. Ding, congratulations to the host for obtaining the immortal devil undying scripture. As soon as he finished speaking, Yeyu's eyes flashed, and an image appeared in front of him. Immortal devil undying scripture, a unique supergrade divine scripture. Cultivating to the peak can transcend time and space, collect true spirits, be indestructible through myriad kalpas, and eternally immortal. Prerequisites for cultivation. Refine a mark related to a true devil or true immortal to condense a true devil body or a true immortal body. If both are refined, one can condense an immortal devil undying body, escape the great thousand world, and not be subject to the 5 elements of yin and yang. The unique supergrade divine scripture means that only one person can cultivate it after refining the true devil and true immortal marks. A gleam of light flashed in Yi Yu's eyes and he looked towards the entrance of the Beidou secret realm. There seems to be demonic energy in the Beidou secret realm. Does it meet the requirements of the cultivation technique? Sensing the mysterious mark that had condensed in his sea of consciousness, Yi Yu was not in a hurry to read the immortal devil undying scripture. He turned to look at the cultivators and said indifferently, "Please step back." The cultivators looked stunned, an idea flashed, and they hurriedly responded, then left the martial arts platform one after another and retreated into the distance. Yi Yu looked towards the Beidou secret realm, his eyes deep and a mysterious aura rose from his body. He raised his hand, a surge of divine power circulated. The aura of a Quasi-Emperor gradually awakened from Yi Yu. The Beidou secret realm has rules and restrictions, and only those below the divine hidden realm can enter. If a strong person wants to force their way in, it will only cause the Beidou secret realm to collapse directly. Even if Yi Yu is a Quasi-Emperor, he cannot solve this point, but just because a Quasi-Emperor cannot force their way in does not mean that a Quasi-Emperor has no way to enter. As for the method? Simple, we refine the secret realm and rewrite the rules. Our boy extends his hand, and the terrifying pressure from Yi Yu explodes. His palm is like naturally formed, you feel me? Dao ripples everywhere. Every inch of his skin is crafted by the heavens, flawlessly perfect. There are even profound sounds of Dao principles, as if Dao itself is speaking, mysterious and indescribable. Bro could get infinite insights just by looking at it. It's like his palm is the extension of the great Dao's rules. That instant, the universe seems to tremble under Yi Yu's palm. Countless stars shake under this massive aura, causing layers of the void to collapse. Talismans and Dao principles flash from his palm, and with a thought, the hand sinks into the void, slowly closing. The vast space rapidly spreads out in all directions. Then we see a ball slowly being pulled out of the void by Yi Yu. Looking closely, you can see a complete miniature world inside this ball. It's the Beidou secret realm. Holding stars, palm supporting the universe, Yi Yu looks towards the Beidou secret realm and unleashes his divine sense, directly engulfing it and starting the refining process. Talismans condense from the void one after another with Yi Yu's every thought, then merge into the secret realm ball. Soon, a ray of light flashes across the surface of the secret realm ball. The Beidou secret realm is effortlessly refined by Yi Yu. With a shift, he enters it. Space warps, and before him is a world full of death aura. Black smog drifts everywhere between heaven and earth. Yi Yu stands in the void, looks down, and sees that all the living beings in this secret realm have been completely demonized, without exception. Red eyes constantly slaughtering each other. The thick stench of blood permeates the void, chaotic, disorderly, and ferociously savage. Violent fluctuations fill every corner of this world. It really is demonic energy. Weird. This universe's concept of demons is just demon cultivators. There's no demon race. The state of these living beings is like the demon race in the novels he read in his previous life. Could this not be a product of this universe and be related to the upper realm? Yi Yu frowns and Emperor Zun's words suddenly appear in his mind. Throwing away unnecessary thoughts, Yi Yu looks towards the depths of this world. The demonic energy originates from there, and that's where the Beidou Great Emperor's inheritance is. The legendary Beidou Earth Palace holds the Beidou Great Emperor's inheritance. Hundreds of years ago, Yi Yu came here, but like other living beings after each secret realm opening, he ultimately had no affinity with the Beidou Great Emperor's inheritance. The Dao Palace has many trials. You have to beat them one by one to reach the end. But now he's attained the Quasi-Emperor Dao fruit. Yi Yu obviously doesn't need to go through each trial like he did hundreds of years ago when he was weak. He directly forcefully tears the void apart. He arrives at the core of the Beidou Earth Palace and sees a white-haired youth sitting cross-legged in the core space. Streams of black smoke emanate from his body, and black veins have appeared on the surface of his skin. The surrounding void has been assimilated by the youth, as if it's about to turn into a demon realm. The aura seems to cover every corner of this space. If ordinary people were here, even great saints would immediately become demonized, turning into irrational demonic beings. Beidou Dadi's divine sense avatar. Yi Wu waves his hand, isolating the space around him, then looks at the youth, immediately recognizing their identity. The divine sense avatar in the lower realm is considered a powerhouse. The remnant soul imprint projection, the Beidou secret realm's transformation, it really is related to the Beidou Dadi. This is actually useful. Sensing the yearning from the immortal demon imprint within his sea of qi, Yi Wu's eyes light up. To have the divine sense avatar transform like this, it really is related to the true demon imprint. Well, that's easy. Just as Yi Wu wants to suppress the divine sense avatar, suddenly the avatar seems to sense Yi Wu's aura. Violently opening its eyes, a pair of jet black pupils land on Yi Wu, and a violent, chilling, murderous intent instantly erupts from the divine sense avatar. A dry, hoarse sound comes from its mouth. No sooner are the words out than the divine sense directly transforms into a black cloud, enveloping Yi Wu. About to reach out, the 8 desolate hell halberd appears in Yi Wu's hand. The might of an unparalleled emperor weapon begins to recover, cleaving out as if splitting heaven and earth. The halberd's sharp blade tears towards the black cloud. The terrifying power causes the Beidou secret realm to constantly tremble. The black cloud instantly vanishes, then reappears from the void, continuing to rush towards Yi Wu. What incarnation is this? It can't be killed, and its aura is already faintly at the great emperor level. Yi Wu frowns. In his invisible spiritual sense, he also gets feedback that this thing is untouchable. I've killed great emperors before. Can't even kill a demon, then let's give it a try. Slightly activating his body, a blazing fighting spirit erupts in Yi Wu's eyes. Cultivators are born to fight, constantly fighting, constantly breaking through. This is the best way to cultivate. This method isn't easy to resolve, so let's have a good fight, and turn this divine sense into a foundation for him to break through to the Quasi-Emperor realm, third heaven. The 9 secrets activate with a Ken sound empowered by the Lin character secret, and the aura on his body erupts. The Dao character secret evolves into the myriad wonders of the heavens, stacked and unleashed. Yi Wu directly goes all out, attacking the outer world of the black cloud in the universe. Seeing Yi Wu enter the Beidou secret realm, the cultivators thought everything was over, finally reaching a unanimous conclusion. Absolutely no recruiting disciples with brain problems, no matter how high their talent is. Too terrifying, truly too terrifying. Just a little carelessness, and it's a disaster for the entire sect. Look at the Ziwei Dao Palace. Even if Yuya Dadi doesn't say anything, there's no doubt. Ziwei Dao Palace is definitely dead. Just because the people above don't speak doesn't mean the people below won't speculate. The ancient era, if the other Dao lineages spare the Ziwei Dao Palace, then there really are ghosts. The people of the Ziwei Dao Palace know clearly in their hearts. Their departure just now, without a doubt, was thinking about how to minimize their losses. Suddenly, a loud explosion rings out from the void. The power of the world violently surges, and earth, wind, water, and fire rapidly evolve. Turbid chi and pure chi roll out in all directions. 2 figures directly appear in the universe. That's Yuya Dadi. The other person, why does he look like the divine sense avatar of Beidou Dadi? Beidou Dadi's state doesn't seem too good. He's gone mad. Beidou Dadi has gone mad. Everyone is stunned at first, instinctively looking towards the battle. When they clearly see the situation, the cultivators' pupils contract and shock appears on their faces. This isn't good. The next second, the force of the explosion sent shockwaves in every damn direction. The Beidou Secret Realm's asteroid field got Thanos snapped into cosmic dust, and space itself started glitching like a broken video game. Some poor sods couldn't yeet themselves far enough and got vaporized by the aftershocks. They didn't even have time to scream like little girls. While our boy Yi Yu was busy beating the crap out of the Godly Sense avatar, he saw this mess and noped out of there with his trusty 8 desolate hell halberd, tearing through the universe and diving straight into the chaotic sea. The enraged Godly Sense avatar went full berserker mode and chased after him like a rabid dog. Seeing Emperor Yuya lead the crazy avatar away from the universe, the panicking cultivators froze, their faces still pale with lingering terror. The Godly Sense avatar went full-on demonic. Thank God it wasn't inside the sect or the Beidou secret realm. The thought barely crossed their minds before their faces turned to stone and their bodies started to tremble. So that's why Emperor Yuya was gatekeeping the younger generation from the Beidou secret realm. Everyone had a collective aha moment, feeling ashamed and deeply grateful to Yi Yu. They're all looking at Jun Tian-Ge with utter contempt. What a moron, still trying to figure out Emperor Yuya. You think he gives a damn about saving you? You deserve to die, clown? In the chaotic sea, Ye Yu was obviously clueless about everyone's speculations, but even if he knew, he wouldn't give a flying feck. After a few minutes of battling the Godly Sense avatar, Yi Yu was starting to get the hang of its deal. It was basically just immortal with a minor power boost. Plus, thanks to the demonic influence, it's brain dead, so it can't even use its full power. Can't be killed, huh? Could he use the 9 secrets combined with the 8 desolate hell halberd to seal it and then obliterate it for good? He pondered for a moment, then Ye Yu started forming hand seals and talismans appeared all around him. Seal, Ye Yu yelled softly. The 8 desolate hell halberd in his dragon, roaring as it lunged toward the Godly Sense avatar. He made a sword gesture with his hand, and countless talismans pierced through space, blanketing every inch of the avatar. A mystical and divine aura surged, and each talisman spread out, evolving into countless divine restrictions, sealing the Godly Sense avatar tightly, making it impossible to move. The black dragon roared as it charged toward the Godly Sense avatar. Can't kill it? Then he'll kill it 10,000 times over. Yi Yu refused to believe that a Quasi-Emperor level being could be truly immortal. His meridians thrummed like thunder, and his blood boiled like a furnace. As the 8 desolate hell halberd unleashed its power, the will of Senluo 8 desolate seemed to ignite the heavens and the earth. Not to mention the Godly Sense avatar, even the void within the avatar's cage seemed to be consumed by this flame, and countless strands of chaotic energy dissipated at this moment. Seeming to reorganize itself, the boundless Dao intent soared and echoed, evolving into countless divine mysteries. Faced with the sealing power of the 9 secrets and the suppression of the 8 desolate hell halberd, the Godly Sense avatar had absolutely no resistance, constantly shifting between revival and destruction. Even a great emperor wouldn't be a match for Yi Yu. How could a Godly Sense avatar with only Quasir level strength, driven mad and devoid of reason, stand a chance? In just a few breaths, the Godly Sense avatar had been refined 10,000 times. As if sensing something, a glint flashed in Yi Yu's eyes. He waved his hand, dispelling the 9 secrets seal and the 8 desolate hell halberd. The black dragon flew back towards Yi Yu, transforming back into the halberd and landing in his hand. With a thought, Ye Yu sealed off the area, preventing the many cultivators who were lurking nearby from peeping at the situation in the chaotic sea. They immediately felt a darkness before their eyes, unable to spy on the situation within the chaotic sea. Fellow Taoist, look ahead, Yi Yu said with a smile. This time, the Godly Sense avatar had restructured itself, and the demonic aura on its body had vanished. Its dark pupils had returned to normal, and its eyes had become clear. Baido thanks you, fellow Taoist. Without you constantly suppressing the demonic aura, I fear I would not have been able to recover my consciousness. The Beidou Great Emperor's Godly Sense avatar wore a bitter smile and sighed, bowing to Ye Yu. Fellow Taoist, no need to be so polite. I once received a favor from you. Being able to help you is truly an honor. Yi Wu raised his hand, using an unseen force to help Beidou Dadi up. Ah, Beidou Dadi gets it now, realizing Yi Wu had entered the Beidou secret realm before. A smile immediately spread across his face. To be able to help the human race, allowing such a powerhouse like you to be born. Excellent, excellent. Please, have a seat and let's talk. Yi Wu waved his otic energy to condense 2 futons. Wu's will is about to dissipate. Is there anything you want to ask, Wu? Just ask. Wu will answer whatever he knows without holding anything back. Understanding Yi Wu's intention, Beidou Dadi decisively sat down, speaking gently. Dao Yu, what exactly is going on here? Yi Wu followed suit, sitting down on the futon. Without further ado or wasting time, Yi Wu went straight to the point. This story begins millions of years ago. Beidou Dadi wasn't surprised by Yi Wu's question, a trace of reminiscence appearing in his eyes. Beidou Dadi sighed. After pondering for a moment, Beidou Dadi looked towards Yi Wu and said, Dao Yu, did you know that back in the era before anyone attained the Great Emperor realm, the heavenly mandate had not yet been born? The heavenly mandate hadn't been born. Yi Wu's pupils contracted, a flash of light in his eyes, vaguely guessing the reason for Beidou Dadi's demonic transformation. The so-called heavenly mandate is actually the power refined by the rules of the universe. Heavenly mandate, the heart of the heavens, the core of the heavens. This is the meaning of the heavenly mandate. To attain the Great Emperor realm, one must guide the rules of heaven and earth into their body, condensing those rules to attain the Great Emperor realm. This point was just like the Xuanhuan novels Yi Wu had read in his previous life, similar to attaining sainthood. To become an emperor, you need the heavenly mandate, just like a sage needs Hongmeng purple qi to become a sage. But Beidou Dadi directly became an emperor before the heavenly mandate was formed. The implications of that? You already know. There's no doubt that Beidou Dadi paid a price to become an emperor, and that price is related to demonic energy. Dao Yu has already guessed it, haven't you? Back then, Wu was waiting for the heavenly mandate to appear, to then use the heavenly mandate to attain the Great Emperor realm, but who knew a dark upheaval would erupt, with many ancient great emperors wanting to harvest the living beings of all realms. The origin of life, the human race fell into a desperate situation. Wu was only a Quasi-Emperor back then, finding it difficult to truly resist the great emperors. Just when Wu felt powerless and desperate, Wu suddenly sensed the upper realm. Beidou Dadi slowly spoke about the upper realm. Yi Wu raised an eyebrow. So the demonic energy really is related to the upper realm? It can't exactly be called the upper realm. It's more like a spatial rift connecting this universe to the upper realm. Wu received a stream of demonic energy from that spatial rift, and in Wu's perception, that thing was called demonic energy. Wu attained the Great Emperor realm thanks to it. But using demonic energy to attain the Great Emperor realm comes with a price. Essence, chi, spirit, and lifespan will be devoured by the demonic energy. After Wu couldn't suppress the demonic energy would then control Wu's mind. So he wouldn't become a puppet of the demonic energy. Even with all the hidden dangers, the Emperor couldn't worry about it too much to save humanity. The plan was for Wu to become Emperor, quell the darkness, and then either self-destruct or take another Great Emperor down with him. Turns out Wu underestimated the demonic energy. With a sigh, Beidou Dadi continued, Wu and a great emperor from another race went down together, but the demonic energy used the chance to trap Wu's divine sense and turn it into a god. For countless years, I've been suppressing the demonic energy, and you've seen the result, Taoist friend. It's clear that in these past 100 years, Beidou Dadi couldn't resist the demonic energy and was finally controlled. If it wasn't for Yi Yu, the Kongqiang star field and maybe even the universe would have descended into chaos. Yi Yu understands the danger of this demonic energy all too well. Experts might resist, but ordinary people, they don't stand a chance. The creatures in the Beidou secret realm are all under the demonic aura released by Beidou Dadi's divine sense. Demonic transformation. If this divine sense appeared in the universe, the consequences would be unimaginable. Taoist friend, if you want to ascend to the upper realm, be careful and stay alert. Something big has probably happened in the upper realm. Not only is demonic energy coming through space rifts, but it originates from the upper realm itself. Seeing the ocean from a drop of water, you can imagine the situation in the upper realm right now. Taoist friend, don't underestimate the demonic energy. It's no joke. What I received was just a trace, a fragment of demonic energy. Even a fragment could affect a great emperor. The true demonic energy is beyond imagination. Please don't take it lightly, Beidou Dadi urged. I understand. Yi Yu nodded slightly. If even someone as strong as Dizun is warning Ye Yu like this, how could he underestimate the demonic energy? Good thing he doesn't have the flaws of a child of destiny. Please in my stead suppress the demonic energy. Beidou thanks you again. Beidou Dadi stood up, bowed deeply to Ye Yu, and then looked towards the void. His gaze seemed to pierce through the planet's walls into the universe. His eyes became hazy and he mumbled to himself. May my Huangsheng could finish. Beidou Dadi's divine sense began to fade, as if he couldn't hold on any longer, about to completely dissipate. Watching Beidou Dadi begin to fade, Ye Yu solemnly bowed to him and waited silently. Very quickly, Beidou Dadi completely dissipated. A wisp of black mist, radiating a mysterious aura and filled with extremely evil energy, appeared in the void where the divine sense had vanished. It churned continuously as if sensing Ye Yu's presence. The demonic energy pulsed slightly, then immediately flew towards Yi Yu. Still trying to mess with this emperor? Ye Yu activated the 9 secrets Lin. 9 ancient runes materialized before Yi Yu, swirling with an abyssal, primordial, and sinister aura. Each symbol resembled a Dao manifest, its rules enigmatic and timeless. A single glance stirred countless insights, compelling him to reach out. The 9 runes transformed into a prison, sealing the demonic energy within. He retracts his hand. The demonic energy now sealed was reabsorbed by Yi Yu. What the hell happened in the upper realm? After a moment of contemplation, Yi Yu tore through space, returning to the main universe, venturing deep within it. He decided to first get a grasp on the Xianmabu Mijing, and then it would be time to visit Dizun. So what exactly went wrong in the upper realm? Only Dizun can answer that for him. Deep within the universe, in a star field where the cosmos had collapsed and stars shattered, Yi Yu sat cross-legged upon a shattered asteroid, eyes closed, activating the Xianmabu Mijing. The imprint seemed to shimmer as vast amounts of information flooded Yi Yu's mind. The boundless imagery was like mist and sea. Even Yi Yu, as a Quasi-Emperor, couldn't help but groan under the onslaught of such immense information. After a long while, Yi Yu finally opened his eyes again, a hint of shock now visible. This cultivation manual is terrifying. Yi Yu took a breath. Having cultivated to his current level, he had naturally practiced many cultivation manuals, including several Emperor scriptures. But even the strongest Emperor scripture was nothing more than dust compared to this Xianmabu Mijing. Its content proved even more terrifying than its initial introduction. If one could condense the true immortal and true demon imprints into one could cultivate the immortal demon undying body. Achieving this body grants immortality, infinite lifespan, invulnerability, and near impossibility to be suppressed or killed. Furthermore, the Xianmabu Mijing recorded countless divine abilities and secret arts, each one terrifyingly powerful, grand techniques whose profundity defied description. Describing the true immortal imprint, Yi Yu exhaled, his eyes gleaming. How could Yi Yu not have some suspicions about his system at this point? He's no fool, much less an idiot. The first mission yielded an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, becoming the most important tool for him to defy the Great Emperor. The second mission granted the Xianmabu Mijing, conveniently followed by the acquisition of demonic energy. If anyone claims these are unrelated, they're straight up lying. Even an idiot wouldn't believe that. Yi Yu believed that the next thing would definitely appear. Otherwise, the system wouldn't have given him the Xianmabu Mijing. All he had to do was wait. He only needed to know that the system was harmless to him. He will first use demonic energy to forge the foundation of the Xianmabu Mijing, allowing him to enter the first stage and condense the true demon body. Countless thoughts flashed through Yi Yu's mind. He discarded the distractions and demonic energy appeared in his hand. His eyes closed slightly. Yi Yu activated the Xianmabu Mijing and began refining the demonic energy. Simultaneously, as Yi Yu secluded himself to cultivate the Xianmabu Mijing deep within the universe, the Tianlan starfield near the Kangqiong starfield within the Tianlan main star, on an outer sect peak of the Luoxia sect, a young man suddenly sat up in his bed, his face filled with lingering terror, his brow drenched in sweat as he gasped for breath. Wasn't I dead? Where is this? Gaze darting around, a hint of confusion flashed in the young man's eyes. Peeking around, scoping the scene, our boy's jaw straight up dropped. Wait a minute, is this my old stomping ground? The outer sect shack of the Luo clan? Bro's having flashbacks, checks hands. Zooms to the mirror like he's speedrunning. Yep, it's Luo Hadzong alright. He's rewinded back to 1,000 years ago before the Jutianhao calamity wrecked the Guxuan universe. Staring at his reflection, his eyes are shining brighter than spirit stones, face splitting into a maniacal grin, fist clenched. Emotions are bubbling, this guy's cooked. This is huge, man. Took him half a day just to process. He's been reborn. Ha, jackpot. He knows all the lucky encounters of the next millennium. Now that he's back, doesn't that mean they're all his? With those power-ups, he's destined to become an emperor. But then, a figure flashes in his mind, a shadow of dread. His hype train hits the brakes. Ah, scratch that. Even with all those advantages, can he really become an emperor? That dude was just too OP, too terrifying. He dominated an entire era. He carried the whole upper realm during the Great Upheaval. If he had more time, he probably could have soloed the entire upper realm. Can our MC really stand against that? Even after going back in time, is he still powerless to change anything? His face just went from hype to drained. Just thinking about that silhouette makes him want to hide under the covers. Even if he did become a Quasi-Emperor 1,000 years later, the gap between them was like a firefly next to the moon. Knowing lucky encounters means jack squat because in the face of absolute power, those so-called lucky encounters are just side quests, not the main event. Reborn just to live in that guy's shadow again? Then, what's the point of this reincarnation? He could be the hero, so why can't I? He's seething fist bleeding. This MC is ready to go rogue. Brainwave, an evil idea sparks in his mind. Wait, if he's alive, then our boy is forever stuck in second place. But what if he's dead? Reborn and packing the memories of 1,500 lifetimes. If that guy bites the dust, who can even touch him? Who could possibly stand against him? This guy's logic is flawless. He's getting seriously pumped. Yeah, he has to die. If he lives, the Emperor's throne is going to be his, no cap. And if that happens, knowing all these lucky encounters is going to be pointless. The Emperor's seat is locked. Only one great Emperor can exist at a time. But if that guy kicks the bucket, things change. Once he becomes the great Emperor, countless opportunities will be his for the taking. He'll become even more OP than before. That you, it's not that I want you to die, but you're blocking my path and the path of all living beings. Only when you're gone can the Tianxin be mine. Only when you're dead can I lead the Jutianhuan and overthrow the upper realm. I'm doing this for the sake of all beings, not for personal gain. Totally selfless, guys. So you might as well just drop dead. His eyes narrowed, a murderous intent flashing within. The young man muttered to himself, that person is none other than Yu. Let me think. I remember during this period, Yu should have already attained the Quasi-Emperor Dao fruit. He's just not famous yet. With my current strength, suppressing Yu is completely impossible, whelp. But it's cool. With thousands of years of memories, you don't need to lift a finger to kill someone. Memories are my biggest trump card, letting me Xianji know a lot of stuff. Using someone else's power to kill Yu is my plan. Gotta remember the events of this time period. The smile on the young man's face grew even wider, filled with confidence. He already saw Yu's impending doom. Yu, you're definitely dying in the Shattered Star region. Yu's body seems to have demonic energy swirling around him, yet also has the Dao rhythm of creation. Talk about a paradox. Suddenly, as if sensing something in the dark, Yu abruptly opened his eyes. In that instant, a tangible divine light shot out from Yu's eyes, as if creating the yin and yang of heaven and earth. Countless stars shattered into dust at this moment, such terrifying power, making the entire star region tremble. The previous tremor was detected by Wenzi before reaching Yu, converging and then sinking back into Yu's eyes. Countless runes flashed from within Yu's eyes like a majestic, noble, immortal, and mysterious river of time etched into the depths of his eyes. With a single thought, countless images flashed from within Yu's eyes. As his divine sense expanded, it directly encompassed the entire universe, then rapidly enveloped the Tianlan star region. Someone harbors malice and murderous intent towards me, and their aura is quite peculiar, Yu muttered. In this period, he sensed no small amount of malice and murderous intent towards him. After all, a person's rise often harms the interests of many others. Yu didn't care much. After all, they only dare to think about it, not act. As for killing one person when one appears, the entire universe has so many stars, so many living beings. Can Yu kill them all? Too lazy to kill. The strong will always be strong, and the backward can only see a shadow. Why should Yu care about these insects in the gutter? But the surge of malice he sensed earlier made Yu quite interested. The feedback from Tianzi Mi showed that this person was a little special. Possessed in a flash, Yu's gaze locked onto the young man, his eyes seemingly reflecting the youth's silhouette. Watching the young master plot how to kill him, Yu suddenly felt amused, observing from a god's perspective how this clown schemes against him. This feeling is indeed novel. Truly a man blessed with great Qi Yun, and it's constantly increasing. A newly ordained child of destiny by Tian Dao. Just wondering what my connection to this lucky bastard will be. Activating the aura sight technique, Yu calmly observed the faint misty golden Qi that ordinary people couldn't see above the young man's head without any surprise. Not only that, Yu was even immensely interested, recalling many events he had experienced, starting to contemplate which scenario involving this child of destiny it would be. The power of years and time. So this is a reincarnation type child of destiny reborn from the future or the past is much better than those demonic prodigies. This child of destiny helps me a lot. Does the quality of the next child of destiny increase each time one dies? Yu nodded in satisfaction, already 80 or 90% sure about the identity of this new child of destiny. Finally glancing at the young man, Yu left a mark on him and paid no further attention, directly retracting his gaze, closing his eyes, and continuing his cultivation. No rush, there's plenty of time. The most important thing now is to cultivate the Xianmabu Mi Jing. As for this clown, dealing with him after he exits seclusion won't be too late. Of course, not caring doesn't mean being careless. Yu still maintains the necessary caution. After all, creatures like children of destiny can be unreasonable at times, and capsizing in the gutter would be a huge pain. Therefore, Yu still left a mark on this guy so he can monitor him at any time. Grayish energy surged and churned. Yu entered a state of deep comprehension knows no years, and a blink of an eye is like 10,000 years. This seclusion lasted a full 500 years for Yu. During that time, the young man on Tianlan Main Star fell into a state of doubting his entire existence. Yueya Jundi, holding an Extreme Emperor weapon suppressing the chaotic ancient Great Emperor, appearing when the Beidou secret realm opened and suppressing the possessed spiritual avatar of the Beidou Great Emperor. Upon hearing this news from other disciples, the young man felt like he had been struck by lightning, his eyes becoming dazed. Who am I? Where am I? This can't be right. This is very wrong. These events were clearly not in his memories. Shouldn't Yu still be in seclusion at this time? Moreover, Yu didn't have the ability to suppress a great emperor at this time. What on earth is happening? Could it be that my reincarnation pose was incorrect? This isn't 1,000 years ago. That's not right either. Besides Yu's family, he had clearly inquired about the development of other events. It was clearly exactly the same as 1,000 years ago. A variable has appeared on Yu. Thinking of this possibility, the young man's expression changed instantly, a sense of urgency rising in his heart, and he immediately decided to start plotting against Yu. Just like that, 5 years passed in the blink of an eye. In the shattered starfield, Yu, who had been cultivating in seclusion for 5 years, slowly opened his eyes, endless divine light being born from Yu and the light of silent extinction also rising. Seemingly having a mystical aura sublimating, countless divine wonders rapidly evolving. More demonic energy than ever explode from Yu, his skin cracking with dark veins. These blood-red patterns made Yu look like a straight-up demon, radiating pure, unadulterated darkness. Just a glance could corrupt you, even twisting the Dao around him like this area became a demonic domain. A thought and the demonic energy surged back into him, leaving behind an aura of pure menace. In an instant, Yu was back to normal. That demonic aura, gone without a trace, like it never even existed. The true demon body is complete. Now all he needs is some immortal energy to forge an immortal demon dual body and lay the foundation for true immortality. And what's this? My cultivation also skyrocketed along with the true demon body. Sensing the change in himself, Yeyu smirked. This feeling of endless breakthroughs, it's freaking addicting. That's right. Thanks to the true demon body, Yeyu's cultivation just blasted through to Quasi-Emperor. The three heavens true demon body, fully forged. If he unleashes the true demon body like before, his power will get a massive boost, granting him a sliver of true immortality. As long as a fragment of his true spirit remains in a drop of blood, he can instantly regenerate. Combined with the fake self-art, you could say he's basically unkillable. At least, great emperors would have a hard time wiping him out completely. Even without the 8 desolate hell halberd, his current strength can genuinely contend with great emperors. Plus, the true demon body's abilities don't stop there. Just like how the North Star Great Emperor's Divine Sense avatar could corrupt and infect beings, if Yeyu activates the true demon body, he can do the same, turning countless beings into his puppets and messing with his enemies' minds in battle. Limitless wonders, too many to list. Speaking of the true demon body, its state is kinda similar to the Divine Sense avatar after a Great Emperor goes demonic. The only difference is the Divine Sense avatar becomes a puppet of demonic energy while Yeyu controls it. Plus, the true demon body is way stronger than that incomplete demonic assimilation. With the thought, Yeyu uses the mark he left on that young man to sense his situation over the past 5 years. A flood of info and images instantly flash through Yeyu's mind. My situation and his understanding are different. Seeing the young man's conversation with his disciple, Yeyu notices something off in his emotions and his brow furrows. So this guy must be reborn from the future, but why is his situation different? Is it because of the system? In his future, I didn't activate it. Yeyu, deep in thought, has a rough idea of what's going on. He continues to observe the young man's development over the year. Know yourself and know your enemy, and you will never be defeated. A great man once said, strategically despise the enemy, but tactically take them seriously. Yeyu totally agrees. He's not about to underestimate this child of destiny just because he seems weak or ignore his plans. Besides, watching someone struggle against you is peak entertainment. Time for some popcorn. After checking out the young man's setup, a strange glint flashed in Yewu's eyes. No wonder he's a reborn dude. He even knows this secret. Too bad you still don't understand people's hearts, though. Yewu smiled faintly, suddenly very interested in the young man's blank and desperate expression when he finds out the truth. I think I know what kind of plot is related to him. Then let's wait for the system to drop a quest. Shaking his head, Yewu retracted his gaze. Not gonna watch anymore, just gotta wait. Now it's time to go and find out what the hell happened in the upper realm. Standing up and taking a step, Yewu's figure instantly disappeared. Meanwhile, Yaoqi Holy Land is the overlord of the Yaoqi Starfield. Yaoqi Holy Land is famous throughout the universe for countless years. Many great emperors are either disciples of Yaoqi or have a deep relationship with Yaoqi Holy Land. This is also the reason why Yaoqi Holy Land is so powerful. Unlike ordinary forces or dojos, Yaoqi Holy Land is directly formed by the fusion of countless small stars. It stands in the center of Yaoqi Starfield as if ruling the entire starfield. In the holy hall of Yaoqi Holy Land, a peerless woman, her whole body shrouded in dark aura, sits on the phoenix throne at the highest position. Even though her whole body is covered in dark aura, you can still faintly see her graceful appearance, which is even more beautiful than thousands of beauties. Below the phoenix throne, many elders of Yaoqi Holy Land stand on both sides. Who is standing in the center of the main hall if not the reborn child of destiny? Chu Qing greets the Yaoqi landlord and the Yaoqi elders. Chu Qing bowed to everyone and said respectfully, "No need for empty words. You said you can scheme against Great Emperor Yue?" A clear and dignified voice came from the phoenix throne. A pair of bright eyes seemed to pierce through the dark aura and fall on Chu Qing, causing Chu Qing to feel pressured unconsciously. I once heard that Yoyi looks down on Yaoqi Holy Land and disrespects the landlord, so I came here to help the landlord and Yaoqi Holy Land. Chu Qing said carefully, even though he knew the reason why Yiwu offended Yaoqi Holy Land was because Yiwu once teased this landlord, causing her to become angry and hate Yiwu for hundreds of years, but he obviously couldn't say these words. After all, this was said by the Yaoqi landlord herself in later generations. If he said it now, he wouldn't be able to explain it, and he might even displease the Yaoqi landlord. So he would end up losing his investment. How dare you, a tiny divine treasure realm insect, speak so arrogantly? This palace doesn't know where you heard this information from. My Yaoqi Holy Land has always had friendly relations with Great Emperor Yu Ye. Moreover, do you know what the crime is for scheming against a Great Emperor? For attempting to assassinate a human race Great Emperor? Yaoqi landlord Feng Mao closed her eyes slightly, and a wave of pressure belonging to the Holy King realm was released. Even if it was just a wave, it still contained unimaginable horror. The power of the void caused ripples and showed signs of collapse, and a large amount of chaotic energy burst out violently. It seemed that dragons and phoenixes appeared. The entire hall felt like it was frozen solid. Just a sliver of this pressure could crush countless saints, like facing the full force of the heavens themselves, directly bearing down on Chu Qing. The moment the pressure hit Chu Qing, the yin-yang energy burst forth, converging, seemingly manifesting into a yin-yang taiji diagram, condensing the elements of earth, wind, water, and fire. Steadfastly protecting Chu Qing within, it was the projection of an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. No wonder this clown dared to show his face before me. Seeing the yin-yang taiji diagram, Yao Qi's owner raised her eyebrows slightly, amused, and said, "If I didn't have some skills, how would I dare to show up? Please believe in my sincerity. I am confident in luring Yu out and even more confident in killing Yu once and for all." Chu Qing wore a calm and composed smile, earnestly clasping his fist. As for the alliance that Yao Qi's owner just mentioned, Chu Qing ignored it completely. "Alliance, my ass? I remember everything." Several hundred years after Yao Qi's owner discovered Yi Yu's whereabouts, she directly took an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon and chased after Yi Yu. It's more like an eternal, never-ending feud. It was because of this that the secret between Yao Qi's owner and Ye Yu was revealed for everyone to know. Therefore, Chu Qing was supremely confident in whether he could persuade Yao Qi's owner. Lure out Ye Yu? Yao Qi's owner's eyes flashed, and she sat up slightly, seemingly interested, and leisurely said, "Tell me about it. Once every 100 years, the Yao Qi feast is about to begin." Owner, what if we spread the news that this time the Yao Qi feast will cut out a piece of Saint Origin Stone? Would Yi Yu be interested? Said with a smile, Saint Origin Stone. Saint Origin Stone. Inside, it often contains the essence of heaven and earth and fragments of the rules, and Yi Yu is already a Quasi-Emperor. This item is exactly what he needs to help him cultivate quickly to the peak of the Quasi-Emperor realm, so it is likely to attract him here. The Yao Qi's owner said casually, Saint Origin Stone is also commonly called God Origin. It is the highest quality divine object among God Origin. Just like great emperors will seal themselves within God Origin, naturally, there will also be many heavenly treasures sealed within it. And after the polishing of time, they still exist in reality and can be called holy. You naturally know how precious Saint Origin Stone is. Yao Qi Holy Land will hold a feast once every 100 years, inviting heroes from all over the world to participate for good luck. Each time Yao Qi Holy Land will also cut out a few pieces of God Origin to add to the excitement. Yao Qi Holy Land has the most God Origin in the world today. Yao Qi Holy Land naturally does not lack God Origin. It can be said to be countless. As long as Yi Yu shows up, I will have a way to kill him then. I know a heavenly earth killing formation. If Yao Qi Holy Land uses its foundation, it can definitely suppress and kill Yi Yu. Chu Qing said confidently, that's not enough. A Quasi-Emperor is not so easy to kill, especially since this Quasi-Emperor is Yi Yu. His talent and comprehension are unparalleled throughout the ages. Looking across the endless years, few can compare to him. Trying to delete him is like trying to delete a god. Can this trash even pull it off? In her cloud-covered matriarch revealed a glimmer of intrigue, staring at Chu Qing with a cold gaze. Too bad her eyes were covered by clouds. Chu Qing didn't notice the change in Jiao Qi's eyes. Instead, he laughed even more confidently. Please close the formation of Jiao Qi Holy Land temporarily. I still have a trump card. Chu Qing puffed out his chest and raised his head. Oh, Jiao Qi seems a bit interested, and with a wave of her hand, temporarily closed the formation. The next second, yin and yang shifted, water and fire rose and fell. A masked figure slowly emerged from the void. It really at Qingcheng. Long time no see. Jiao Qi laughed coldly, nonchalantly saying a word. The Taiji water-fire diagram belongs to my Yi clan. Jiao Qi, you already guessed it, why pretend? The Yi Qingcheng said calmly, the Yi clan's goddess Yi Qingcheng is like Jiao Qi Holy Land, one of the strongest forces in the universe. The Yi clan, from ancient times to the present, the number of emperors born in the Yi clan is countless, and this has also laid the foundation for the Yi clan's status as an imperial clan. Just having extreme imperial weapons to guard them is enough for other great emperors not to dare underestimate the Yi clan. Empress Goddess, if the two of you join forces plus my ultimate killing formation to suppress and kill, it will definitely not take any effort to kill Yi Wu. Please think carefully. Seeing the two talking, Chu Qing quickly spoke up. The Yi clan wants to join forces. Are you scared? Yin Cheng retorted. Then let's join forces. This one hates Yi Wu to the bone. Jiao Qi said heavily. Agreed. The Ye Qingcheng nodded slightly. The two women looked at each other, their eyes filled with confusion and indescribable feelings. Yi Wu, this time you will definitely have no way to ascend to heaven and no way to enter the earth. Who told you to dare provoke these two aunties? Don't you know that women are not to be provoked? Jiao Qi and the Yi clan joined forces. How can Yi Wu survive? Chu Qing lowered his head, not seeing the exchange of glances between the two women. In his eyes flashed a hint of secret delight, as if he had already seen Yi Wu's miserable end after the Jiao Qi holy banquet began. Although he didn't want to admit it, he was still a little jealous. What virtues does Yi Wu have that made the Jiao Qi Empress and the Yi clan's goddess fall for him? Even more hateful is that Yi Wu didn't agree, which made him even more. If it were him, he would have long knelt under the skirts of those two women. Yi Wu, you're dead meat. Before the forbidden grounds of gods and demons, the figure that had just appeared seemed to have realized something. Yi Hu looked toward Jiao Qi Holy Land. Reporting Master, your reputation in the Xuanhuan world has, therefore you will be targeted at the upcoming Jiao Qi Holy Banquet, targeted by the Child of Destiny. Please resolve the tribulation caused by the Child of Destiny. Task complete. Reward is a big bag of fruits. The higher the task completion, the rewards will increase. At this moment, the system's reminder sounded in Yi Wu's ear. So it was Qi Chengyan after all. What's coming is coming, I guess. Ran from this for centuries. Time to face the music, can't keep stalling. Our boy Yi Yu gets it, sighs. Just thinking about what might go down at the Jiao Qi Holy Banquet is giving him a headache. Compared to that drama, this Child of Destiny is straight up irrelevant in Ye Yu's eyes. Ron shakes his head, ditching the distractions for now. Yi Yu refocuses, then takes one giant leap into the God Devil Forbidden Zone. First, gotta handle what's right in front of me. Can stress about the Jiao Qi Holy Banquet later. The God Devil Forbidden Zone, lush and green like a freaking fairyland, with ripples appearing in the void. Yiyu appears midair, eyes locked on Dizun. Long time no see. Dizun's still chilling in his chair, looking exactly the same. You've arrived, take a seat. Seeing Yiyu's gaze, Dizun says coolly, Senior, can you tell me about the Upper Realm situation now? Yiyu obediently sits down and asks. About 10,000 years ago, a drop of demonic blood appeared in the Upper Realm. That drop of demonic blood infected the entire Upper Realm. Even the God Emperors weren't immune. The entire Upper Realm has turned into a demonic domain. Didn't you encounter that Beidou Great Emperor corrupted by demonic energy through the spatial rift not long ago? A spiritual avatar. That's why I didn't want you to go to the Upper Realm. You must be careful. Unless you can resolve everything, I don't advise you to go to the Upper Realm. The entire Upper Realm is now a wasteland, or rather a place filled with slaughter and destruction. Dizun doesn't beat around the bush, cuts straight to the chase. A single drop of demonic blood infected the entire Upper Realm. Yiyu's pupils shrink, mind blown. Even though he guessed a lot, this answer is still beyond Yiyu's wildest imagination. Just one drop of blood turned the entire Upper Realm into a demonic domain. What even is that concept? And what kind of blood could be this terrifying? No wonder the Heavenly Gate hasn't appeared in over 10,000 years. And a drop of blood corrupting the Upper Realm? Sounds like a plot straight out of a movie, right? Yiyu is stunned, a weird look on his face. What's wrong? Seeing the change in Yiyu's expression, Dizun asks curiously, I think I should tell Senior a story first, but can Senior adjust the time ratio here? I have something to do later. Thinking for a moment, feeling that explaining would be a bit troublesome, Yiyu decides to tell Dizun those two stories. It just so happens that these questions have been suppressed in his heart for a long time, and he can take this opportunity to explore a little. Dizun nods, waves his hand to change the time ratio, then asks, this saga's got two flavors, a dude chilling in the mortal realm waiting to ascend and a mega tyrant for the ages. After some careful crafting, Yiyu starts spitting out the plots of two novels he read in his past life. We talking almost 10 million words here. Even if our boy Yiyu's on a non-stop storytelling spree, it'll take him days to spill all the tea. Kinda similar, but the Shankang's blood ain't got nothing on the scare factor of this demon blood drop. Shankang's blood only messes with immortal emperors, but this demon blood drop's corrupting even the upper realm. After soaking in Yiyu's tale, the emperor starts to connect the dots. Bro's already piecing together what our boy's getting at. The emperor with eyes sharper than a hawk gives Yiyu the cold shoulder. Don't get any funny ideas. I ain't waiting for anyone to come back and help you. I'm just vibing, not your long-lost bro. Yiyu ain't even surprised that the emperor figured it out. The emperor's pure but not a dummy. He practically flashed his ID already. If the emperor didn't get it, that would be sus. Though hearing the emperor use the word gossip is still kinda wild. So Senior, why are you slumming it in the lower realm? Yiyu asks, all curious-like. The upper realm's turned into a demon domain. It's too chaotic and nasty up there. I'm not feeling it. Better to chill in this peaceful lower realm. The emperor says annoyed, then pauses, continuing. I guess you could say I'm waiting too, but I'm not waiting for someone, but for the right moment. I want to see if the upper realm can be fixed. If not, the upper realm's connected to 3,000 Daoyas. If things keep going south, not just this Daoyu, but all 3,000 and even the myriad realms will turn into demon domains. Then all life will get straight up massacred. If I can, I want to nip this crisis in the bud. This whole universe talk is just Yiyu's past life baggage showing. The Xuanhuan world lingo, each universe is a Daoyu managed by the upper realm. No need to spell it out. Hearing this, Yiyu's face turns serious. Senior, do you know where that demon blood drop came from? I know a thing or two, but I ain't telling you. Just know that the upper realm isn't the top of the food chain, and the God Emperor ain't the end goal of cultivation. That's enough. The Emperor shakes his head, hesitates, then adds, it's not that I don't want to tell you, but knowing too much ain't always a good thing. It'll mess you up. Cultivation ain't the peak, so there's an even stronger world above the upper realm? An immortal realm or something like the Shankang? Yiyu muses, he ain't dumb. The Emperor's not saying, but he can still put two and two together. Still, if the Emperor's keeping quiet, there's gotta be a reason. Yiyu drops the interrogation. Just one drop of blood has already corrupted the upper realm. Damn, how crazy and terrifying is the world on the next level? Yiyu clicks his tongue, feeling incredulous. Big thanks to this senior for answering my questions. After thinking for a bit, Yiyu didn't overthink it. He stood up, bowed to Dizun, and gratefully said, nah, it's cool, you just keep telling Wu stories. Wu answering your questions is a given. That's the whole reason Wu let you build up your faction. If you want to solve the upper realm's crisis and ascend smoothly, it's a must. Dizun shook her head unfazed and said calmly, whatever, enough chatter, just decide for yourself. Wu will pass on a divine power as thanks for sharing your story. Divine Yu's eyes lit up. This guy's trump cards ain't your average Joe. This technique is called Da Dao Bao Ping. Dizun smiled, dripping with pride. Using Da Dao Bao Ping can turn everything in the world into chaos, returning it to nothingness. It can refine the 3,000 Grand Daos into one, making them your own. Not only that, when facing enemies, Da Dao Bao Ping grants you a Dao armor to protect yourself, or you can devour the enemy, dissolving divine techniques and all matter energy, refining it into its origin and feeding it back to yourself. Whether it's for boosting cultivation or defense, it's the cosmic champ. You're telling me two stories got me this? What a steal. Hearing that, Yiyu instinctively pulled off an S-tier meme face, looking shocked and awed at Dizun. Daishiu's reaction, Dizun was even more pleased. It seems your stories aren't just in two parts, but many more. Daizun took a sip of tea, hiding her embarrassment, and said seriously, next time I'll keep telling stories to you, senior. Ye got the message and immediately replied, yup. Daizun nodded in satisfaction. Alright, sit down, Wu will transmit the technique to you. Time moves much faster here compared to the outside world. Stay here and master Dao Bao Ping before you leave. If you mess up, Wu can give you pointers and it won't delay your things. Big thanks, senior. Yu sat down right away. Daizun didn't say much more. She raised her hand towards Yu's brow. A mystical aura flowed from her jade finger. In an instant, streams of Dao principles converged on Yeyu's brow and instantly fused into his sea of consciousness, condensing into a vase-shaped rune. Sensing the vastness and depth of the rune, Yeyu calmed down and began to carefully comprehend it. Time flew by, and without knowing how long had passed, Yeyu had completely mastered Da Dao Bao Ping. As soon as the thought flashed, a black vase woven from 3,000 grand Dao rules appeared above Yeyu's head, radiating a dazzling light. An emperor's might emanated from the vase, seeming to contain the power to fix the cosmos of the 3,000 universes, suppressing all of Hongmeng. The power of endless swallowing was even more intense, causing the void to twist, as if endless substances were being devoured by the vase, refining it and feeding it back to Yeyu himself. This is Da Dao Bao Ping, Daizun's ultimate technique. The strength of Da Dao Bao Ping goes without saying. It's not just a technique, but also a magic treasure. Its power might not be as great as a Jidao Emperor weapon, but it's still terrifying. Moreover, Yeyu could feel that this was only because Da Dao Bao Ping had just been condensed. If this thing gets the nurturing it needs over the eons, it's def gonna become an ultimate Emperor weapon. Not even surpass the ultimate Emperor weapon, no cap. Guess I was right to simp for Daizun. Even a casually given cultivation manual is this OP. Yeyu put away the Da Dao treasure bottle, clicked his tongue and thought to himself, that Dao treasure bottle is done for. You can leave now. I'll keep wandering the universe, see if there's any new juicy drama. Daizun casually said. Why does our boy feel like Daizun is low-key hinting at something? Yes, Senior Junior will visit you when I'm free to seek guidance. Everyone here's got face, so since Daizun's dropping hints, Yeyu's playing along. Seeking guidance on what? Telling stories, of course. Or is Yeyu just tripping? Yeyu always felt like Daizun's voice was a lot happier. Not tripping, definitely happy. Seriously hinting, why does he feel like Daizun is kinda cute? Yeyu touched his nose, bowed to Daizun, and turned to leave. The Jiachi Holy Banquet is a huge deal for the Jiachi Holy Land, happening only once every 100 years. The scene is naturally packed. Not just humans visiting, but geniuses from all the myriad races are gathering here. Even the big shot seniors are invited. Gotta say, this is easily one of the biggest events in the entire universe. Looking into the distance, the light's blinding, the aura's insane, it's like a freaking celestial paradise. The Holy Banquet Square is overflowing with spiritual energy and packed with people. The myriad races' geniuses are in the outer circle, while the powerhouses of each race are in the inner circle, all waiting for the banquet to start. Even though all the factions know the Jiachi Holy Banquet is just to flex the Jiachi Holy Land's power and solidify its position, the spirit fruits and treasures are legit. Plus, there's a ton of activities, and with so many people attending, no one's turning down the invite. You could say everyone in the whole universe who got an invite is basically showing up. Saints are usually rare sights, but now you can see them everywhere at the gates. The streets are crawling with saints. Great saints ain't worth dirt. It's solemn and majestic, grand and lively. The bait's been dropped. Yeyu, no way you're not interested in the holy origin. Just you wait, when you arrive, it'll be your death anniversary. In his seat, excitement flashed in Chu Qing's eyes. He's already looking forward to the scene after Yeyu dies. He'll take up the banner of the human race and become the ultimate winner. Once I rely on my future knowledge to get those opportunities, and step by step prove the great emperor realm, who knows, maybe the Jiachi Emperor and the Yi clan's empress will fall for me. It's not impossible. Thinking of this, Chu Qing sneered, already lost in his daydreams. And just at this moment, a mystical, ancient, and indescribable bell rang out, instantly echoing throughout the entire Jiachi Star region. At this moment, the Jiachi Holy Land's Jiachi Holy Banquet is officially starting. The Undying Ye clan's Yi Qingcheng, the Undying Royal clan's disciple Huang, the Jiaoguang Holy Land's Holy Master Jiaoguang, the Heavenly Questioning Holy Land's Holy Master Tianwen, and the Heavenly Luck Divine Dynasty's Royal Ruler Ji Renhuang arrive. The Heavenly Demon Divine Kingdom's Divine Ruler Ao Jiao, the Ancient God clan's clan leader Huang Zhenxi, each shout echoes across the sky, resounding throughout the star domain. At the head table of the banquet, there's a majestic, mysterious figure radiating immortal light. Figures appear one after another, each with a projection of an ultimate emperor weapon looming behind them, sometimes manifesting the mystery of suppressing the 4 seas and 8 wastes, sometimes manifesting the wonders of the 5 elements flowing, sometimes showing the creation of heavens in various realms, the destruction of the universe. Even just the projections of these ultimate emperor weapons radiate power that is hard to endure. Yi Clan, Royal Clan, Jiaoguang Holy Hall, Jiaoqi Holy Hall, Tianyun Divine Dynasty, Heavenly Demon Divine Kingdom, Ancient God Clan. These are the 8 most powerful forces in this universe. The reason these forces can become overlords standing at the top of the universe is because each has an ultimate emperor weapon to suppress their luck and serve as their foundation. Of course, the entire universe naturally cannot only have these 8 major forces. These 8 forces are just the surface. The vast universe naturally also has hidden races or forces. In this era, one could also be called a force, but they're being targeted by many parties. However, no matter what, the profound foundation of these 8 major forces can still allow them to stand at the top of the universe. With the appearance of the heads of the major forces in the main seats, the great Tao transforms into golden lotuses, the Tao principles evolve into lotus flowers, the radiance is brilliant, the divine light is boundless, and many divine intentions converge. The figure of the Jiaoqi Emperor Lord appears in the middle of the air, sitting down with the other giants, welcoming the Jiaoqi Emperor Lord, welcoming the Jiao Guang Emperor Lord. All the guests stand up, respectfully bowing to the heads of the major forces sitting in the main seats. Everyone, no need to be so polite, please sit. Jiaoqi Emperor Lord calmly says, slowly speaking, I'm sure everyone has heard. At the end of this banquet, our Jiaoqi Holy Land will cut a piece of holy origin, formed by several quasi-emperors of the human race suppressed in the Great Emperor's forbidden area. Before that, the other events will remain the same. At this banquet, the number of divine origins will be doubled. I hope everyone doesn't ruin the harmony. If anyone likes the same divine origin, then compete fairly. If you cause a scene to the point of being unsightly, then you are showing disrespect to our Jiaoqi Holy Land. A dignified, majestic, and noble voice. At the banquet, the Jiaoqi Emperor Lord's voice continues to resonate. The divine origins make the eyes of many guests light up. Even the faces of the heads of the major forces reveal a hint of interest. The holy origin is out of the question. Jiaoqi Holy Land is just bringing it out to cut for everyone to enjoy. There's no way they'd sell it. As for the divine origin, they will sell it in a blind box type of deal. Moreover, it's opening a blind box with treasures, so everyone is naturally very interested. In fact, this is also one of the reasons why the Jiaoqi Holy Banquet can attract so many cultivators to participate. After all, the amount of divine origin that circulates outside is not much, especially high-quality divine origin, which only Jiaoqi Holy Land has. Naturally, it's beneficial for both sides. Jiaoqi Holy Land will also not suffer losses. This opportunity to sell divine origin can also earn them a lot of money. Truly a win-win situation. The holy banquet officially begins. I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. If any geniuses from the myriad races want to fight, you can come up so we can see your style. The Jiaoqi Emperor Lord announces. As soon as the words finish, Jiaoqi's female cultivators bring spirit fruits and divine tea to each guest. And then, an elder from Jiaoqi Holy Land whips out a ton of spirit stones, sending the crowd into a frenzy. Everyone's pulling out their spirit stones, inspecting them closely, and the bidding war kicks off. Yi, are you even going to show up? Peeps Emperor on the main stage, his face is stormy with anticipation, muttering to himself. Yi Qingcheng from the Yi clan is straight up scanning the entire venue. Seems like she's on a Ye hunt. You better be here, Ye, or I'm going to have to get creative to trap you. You're too dangerous to be left unchecked. Gotta nip you in the bud ASAP. In the genius seat area, Chu Qing is clenching her fists, a mix of worry and excitement bubbling inside. She can't even enjoy her spirit fruit. Something feels off with this Jiaoqi Holy Land shindig, and that Yi clan princess is sus too. The average Joe wouldn't notice, but the big boss sect leaders definitely sense the vibe shift. They're side-eyeing the Jiaoqi Emperor and Ye Qingcheng, brows furrowed in suspicion. What kind of game are these two playing? This feast looks all fun and games on the surface, but trust, there's a whole ocean of shady undercurrents. And Yi Yu, who's got everyone's eyes on him, has already strolled into the venue. Just no one's clocked him yet. After using his divine mojo to mess with everyone's senses, Ye Yu chills in the genius section, munching on spirit fruit and immortal snacks, a nostalgic grin spreading across his face. He's realizing it's been like centuries since he's had a proper feast. Thinking back to his first holy banquet, back when he was just a youngin', it feels like a lifetime ago. This cultivation life, it's all work and no play. Constant intensity, that's a weakness waiting to happen. Gotta remember to take breaks and chillax more often. He feels his mindset subtly shifting, his aura almost ascending. Yi Yu thinks to himself when suddenly he gets a weird feeling. Yi Yu's brow furrows as he glances in a certain direction. He's getting strange signals. He turns and Yu is immediately stunned. In a seat not too far away, a blurry is going absolutely ham on the food. And who else would it be but the Empress herself? No way, the Empress is undercover at the holy banquet? Ah, scratch that, she's straight up freeloading. Bet this isn't the first time the Empress has pulled this stunt, huh? Yi Yu smirks slightly, and just then the Empress seems to sense Yi Yu's gaze. Her eyebrows furrow slightly, seemingly caught off guard. How is someone able to recognize my presence? She instinctively looks up, and then, nothing. She sees Yi Yu, pauses for a millisecond, then casually looks away, acting like she doesn't know him and continues to feast. Time ticks by, and the banquet is winding down. As the Spirit Stone auction wraps up, an elder from Jiaoqi brings out a massive white rock like 3 meters tall. As soon as it appears, the surrounding spirit energy starts rushing towards it like crazy. And a Taoist voice echoed from the stone, with countless immortal fortunes evolving from the immortal stone, one Taoist rune after another surrounding it. Numerous divine meanings and phenomena enveloped the evolution, and in an instant, the sky above Jiaoqi Holy Land was covered by boundless blue clouds, with divine aura and imperial aura erupting. The vast Jiaoqi Holy Land also seemed to transform into a sea of phenomena at this moment. Spiritual energy emanated from the stone. Even a breath felt refreshing, as if one's cultivation base was being elevated and more insights were born. The entire banquet square fell into dead silence with the appearance of the stone. This is a Saint Origin stone. Legend says it was born from the universe, or rather was enveloped and contained by the rules of the great Tao before chaos was opened. Within each Saint Origin stone lies an innate essence containing countless divine objects. For those with low cultivation, the Saint Origin Stone might be useless for a lifetime, but it's something every quasi-emperor, even a great emperor, craves. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Time passed by bit by bit. The cultivators, holding their breaths and anticipating what divine object the Saint Origin Stone would reveal, were all stunned. A look of bewilderment appeared in their eyes. Jiaoqi landlord, why haven't you cut the goddamn Saint Origin Stone yet? Could it be that the Saint Origin Stone truly doesn't attract Yu? On the seat, Chu Qing's face was slightly distorted, her eyes filled with unwillingness. This was the best opportunity and the one least likely for Yu to notice anything unusual. If she failed this time, the next time would be even more difficult. Yu and Jiaoqi landlord exchanged deep glances, seemingly sighing softly. Lu Mengshuo, why haven't you cut the Saint Origin Stone? The demon sovereign of the heavenly demon divine kingdom, Ao Qing, couldn't help but transmit his voice. As for Liu Meng, she was naturally the Jiaoqi landlord. The successors of the Holy Lands, after ascending to the position of landlord, would take the Holy Land as their title. As for Jiaoqi landlord, Lu Mengshui was her real name. There's no need to say more about this. Just as Lu Mengshui was about to speak, Ye Qingcheng suddenly stood up, slammed her hand on the table, and shouted loudly, Ye Yu, I don't believe you won't come out eventually. The past was just a misunderstanding. Why does the girl have to be like this? A sigh resounded, and Ye Yu's hidden state dissipated along with the rules of concealment. In an instant, what was originally just an ordinary Yi Yu in the eyes of others had reverted to his true form, clad in white robes whiter than snow, surrounded by an aura. Immortal techniques intertwined, one imprint after another, beside Yi Yu's handsome face. His sword-like eyebrows were sharp, yet his eyes were as bright as stars, seemingly containing an entire universe. His tall figure stood upright and majestic, like a pillar supporting the heavens, holding up the earth and its movements. Every gesture, every lift of his hand seemed to contain unparalleled power. A single glance made one feel as if, looking again, it felt like a Xuanhuan had descended. Radiant and divine, a single glance was enough to make people feel inferior. From the depths of their hearts, they trembled, bowing in worship. Even without releasing any pressure or aura, it was like an abyss, a vast ocean. Moreover, from his soul to his energy, everything was unstable and fluctuating. Yue Grand Emperor hiding again in this sacred pool banquet. Everyone was mentally shaken. This sudden change left everyone's minds blank, as if they hadn't recovered for half a day, paying homage to Yue Grand Emperor's arrival. A second later, reacting from the leaders of the major powers to the Wanzhou cultivators, everyone stood up and bowed. Solemn and grand, they shouted in unison, Welcome Yue Grand Emperor. Whether it was the Renzhou, Yaozhou, or strong beings of the Wanzhou like even the Dasheng and Xuanhuan, all had to pay respects to Ye Yu. Moreover, they were extremely respectful, no need for excessive formalities. Ye Yu said gently, Thank you, Ye Grand Emperor. Everyone carefully stood up, their eyes looking towards Ye Qingcheng. Yi Qingcheng's veil seemed unable to block Yi Yu's gaze. Under that veil was an exquisitely beautiful doll-like face, as white as porcelain, translucent. Her face seemed to have no pores, yet she had an innocent and adorable look. That sweet face made it impossible for people to harbor hatred or killing intent. But at this moment, that very chubby face was puffed up with anger, her big round eyes wide open, staring at Yi Yu. Yi Yu explained, between him and Yi Qingcheng, it's really just a misunderstanding. Hundreds of years ago, Yi Yu discovered Yi Qingcheng while training in a secret realm. At that time, she was injured by a demon beast. Yi Yu saved her, not only as a casual act of help, but also because he knew Yi Qingcheng was the Grand Emperor of the Yi clan of the past. The imperial daughter was sealed in Xuanhuan, awakening in this life. Being able to befriend the Yi clan, Yi Yu naturally wouldn't refuse. Thus, Yi Yu became acquainted with Yi Qingcheng. Once, Yi Yu got restless, curious about what Yi Qingcheng looked like. Then, taking advantage of Yi Qingcheng's inattention, he removed her veil. And that was the end of it, or rather, seeking death. Who knew about the Yi clan's rule? Whoever removes the Yi clan's imperial daughter's veil must marry the Yi clan's imperial daughter. Yi Yu once suspected Yi Qingcheng was lying to him, but he had no evidence. Remove it and you must marry. If a beggar removed it, would the Yi clan accept it? What a joke. From then on, Yi Qingcheng kept chasing after him relentlessly. But Yi Yu had his own pride, or rather his arrogance. If there was no way out, then fine. But he wouldn't become a gigolo without a word. Directly agree, but his own talent wasn't bad. If he married Yi Qingcheng, he would become the son-in-law of the Yi clan. People would laugh at him. A man's last bit of self-respect is wanting to rely on his own efforts. That's why Yi Yu joined our Yi clan. Yi Qingcheng changed her dignified and solemn expression, directly putting her hands on her hips, her imposing aura about to speak. But before she could finish, Chu Qing interrupted. Originally, Chu Qing didn't want to interrupt, but mainly Chu Qing felt something was off after watching for so long. Why are you still chatting? Sure enough, women are still women, easily ruining things. They don't understand how precious this opportunity is. Shouldn't we seize the time? Ye Yu, your death day is here thanks to the Shifang Tu Tian Joisha formation. Suo Qing stands up and starts casting, shouting at the top of his lungs. In a flash, countless rules and divine realms manifest from the void, spreading rapidly in all directions, along with countless energies like slaughter, destruction, and violence, instantly engulfing the entire banquet square. Attacking the Yoye Great Emperor? These big shots like Ao Jing are bugging out right now. Whose descendant is this so courageous? Just an ant hiding in the void, yet dares to roar and demand the death of the Yoye Great Emperor. This Jishengyan banquet definitely has a problem. In an instant, a group of big shots react, their hair standing on end, their whole bodies numb, not daring to think any further. 7 big shots simultaneously shout loudly, "Who dares to provoke the great emperor, courting death?" Your guts are really something. Hearing the shouts of the forces, Suo Qing sneers contemptuously. Not waiting for them to recover their strength, Suo Qing starts casting. Today, he'll show them the power of the Shifang Tu Tianjue Sha formation. Just be a good audience. Whoever dares to move dies. You guys better hurry up and suppress him. Yi Yu is right here. Countless rules and divine realm orders that have been refined spread out in a majestic heavenly power shakes everything, and a terrifying power quickly manifests as if a large yin-yang millstone is turning. As soon as the formation turns, a new killing intent emerges. How dare you? This is inside the Jiaoqi Holy Palace. How can we allow someone to plot against the great emperor seeking death? At this moment, Liu Mengxue, the host of Jiaoqi, suddenly stands up and shouts coldly. Not only Suo Qing, but everyone including Ao Jing is stunned. Aren't the Jiaoqi Holy Land and this guy on the same side? This guy hasn't even teamed up with the Jiaoqi Holy Land, yet dares to cause trouble on their turf. The landlord? Suo Qing is surprised, angry, and scared, stunned, and panic-stricken. Before Suo Qing could finish speaking, Liu Mengxue interrupts. Awaken the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. In the depths of the Jiaoqi Holy Land, endless immortal light blooms, as if a vague and mighty divine artifact figure appears. The next second, brilliant light blooms, seemingly containing the profound divine will of space-time. There's also a Daoyuan treasure light. The illusory void changes rapidly, and an imprint of a mirror appears. As soon as the mirror lights up, the Shifang Tu Tianjue Sha formation that Suo Qing set up immediately collapses, and a green light envelops Suo Qing, suppressing Suo Qing on the spot, unable to move. The Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, Kunlun Mirror. The forces, all cultivators, are a little confused, looking at Suo Qing with the eyes of someone looking at an idiot. Is this guy an idiot? Ziyang jumped out, and the fact that he was suppressed in an instant made them nervous too. I originally thought I would get to watch a great battle. Is that all there is? Is that all the tricks he has? Who gave him the courage, daring to plot against the great emperor, and even a conspiracy to suppress and kill the great emperor? Everyone is. Suo Qing is even more stunned. Although he can't say he can't move, Suo Qing's face is flushed, his eyes seem to be spitting fire. Damn it, I've been tricked. This thought flashes through Suo Qing's mind. Having come to this point, if Suo Qing still doesn't react, if he still doesn't understand what's going on, then there really is something wrong. He's been tricked. Chu Qing is straight up malding right now and can't make heads or tails of it. What's Liu Mengxue, the freaking landowner of Jiaoqi, playing at? We agreed to team up, so why did you suddenly stab me in the back? If Chu Qing hadn't witnessed it in his past life, Liu Mengxue chasing Yi Yu? Chu Qing almost thought Yi Yu and Liu Mengxue were in cahoots to set him up. Hold up, I still have a chance. As long as the Yi clan's chick doesn't betray me, there's still a glimmer of hope. Thinking this, Chu Qing's eyes darted over towards Yi Qingcheng, gazing at her with anticipation, waiting for her to make a move. Liu Mengxue, you sly dog. So, you're putting on a show for this beast to lure Yuga. But Yi Qingcheng, who Chu Qing was pinning his hopes on, was gnashing her teeth in anger. Originally wanting to tell Yi Yu that Liu Mengxue wanted to kill him, she had to swallow the words back down. Regret washed over her. She directly called Yi Yu out. She should have waited until after the banquet ended, and then secretly found Yi Yu. Lucky I came up with something earlier. Yi Qingcheng coldly snorted in her mind. Everyone, the Yi clan would like to take this opportunity of the Jiaoqi Holy Banquet to make an announcement. An idea flashed, and Yi Qingcheng's voice, gentle but also dignified under the amplification of divine power, echoed throughout Jiaoqi. What does she want to do at the banquet? Liu Mengxue frowned slightly, looking towards Yi Qingcheng. The Yi clan has something to announce. The cultivators haven't even recovered from Chu Qing suddenly jumping out to kill the Moon Knight Great Emperor. After regaining their senses, the cultivators blankly looked towards Yi Qingcheng. The Moon Knight Great Emperor, Ye Yu and I have known each other for hundreds of years, and I fell in love with him at first sight. The Moon Knight Great Emperor didn't want to rely on the Yi clan, so he made a promise with me. Only after proving himself as a Quasi-Emperor would he come to our door to propose. I have already reported this matter to the old ancestor of my clan, and it has also been approved by the ancestors of the clan. Today let everyone here be a witness. Our Yi clan is willing to offer the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, the Waterfire Taiji diagram, as dowry, waiting for the Moon Knight Great Emperor to come to our door. Yuge, our clan's ancestors have awakened. When will Shangdi of the Ye clan come to our door? Speaking to the end, Yi Qingcheng smiled radiantly, her big round eyes curved into crescent, staring intently at Yi Yu. And at this moment, the entire Jiaoqi banquet became as silent as a graveyard. All the guests were stunned, Liu Mengshue's expression froze, and Chu Qing's anticipation and longing collapsed. Using an Emperor clan as betrothal gifts and an Extreme Dao Emperor weapon as dowry just to marry Yi Yu? Not to mention others, even Yi Yu, who knew Ye Qingcheng's mischievousness, held his breath, also stunned. When did I make a lifelong commitment to you? When did I promise to come to your door to propose? Even I don't know. At this moment, Yi Qingcheng, Wuge, I'm begging you, please don't refuse. Otherwise, our Yi clan's reputation is going to be toast. Yi Wu's got a toothache or something. Is this girl trying to force him? Wuge, the clan elders have always had issues with my one-sided crush on you. Plus, it seems like the Tianmen isn't opening anytime soon. This is the last chance the elders are giving me. If you refuse, I'll have to go back to Xuanhuan Zifeng and wait for the next era to be reborn. Please don't refuse, okay? I know I'm stubborn, but I don't want to miss out, and I don't want to give up on my feelings for you. I get it, but you're already a Quasi-Emperor. What is there to worry about? Unless you tell me you don't like me even a little bit, then I'll give up. Also, don't ask me why I like you. Feelings don't need a reason. Liking is just liking. Yi Wu, listen up. I Ye Guangcheng like you. It's got nothing to do with your status, just simply liking you as a person, that's all. Without waiting for Yi Wu to answer, Ye Guangcheng continues. I Ye Guangcheng, as the great emperor's daughter, you're the first person I've liked, and you'll be the last. If you don't like me, you can just go die right now. Ye Guangcheng's gaze is unwavering. Her clear eyes seem to only contain Yi Wu's figure, just staring intently at Yi Wu as she said those last few words. Ye Guangcheng's voice sounded like she was grinding her teeth, and within that grinding there was also deep worry and unease, as if she's terrified that Yi Wu will actually reject her. This girl? Yi Wu smiled and closed his eyes, memories with Ye Guangcheng flashing through his mind. Countless images flashed by one after another. Whether he has feelings for Ye Guangcheng or not is only natural. Ye Guangcheng was already playful and also very clingy, likes to act spoiled, and is also very understanding. As the emperor's daughter, she's not arrogant at all, but instead very approachable. I mean, how could Yi Wu not like her? It was time to give her an answer. Opening his eyes, he looked at the somewhat worried Ye Guangcheng. Yi Wu smiled and said in a deep voice, "Wait 10 days, I will go to the Yi clan and propose to you." Ye Guangcheng's eyes lit up, great surprise and joy flooding her heart. Countless thoughts flashed through Ye Guangcheng's mind. Finally converging into one sentence, Wu Jie agreed. The guest's eyes also lit up, secretly screaming yes in their heart. This trip wasn't wasted, it really wasn't wasted. Having witnessed the Yu Yi Great Emperor and the Yi clan's daughter's lifelong promise, Liu Mengshua's mood collapsed, quietly looking towards Ye Guangcheng. Liu Mengshua's teeth are about to be gnashed to pieces. Chu Qing's mood collapsed, almost blacking out, with only one thought left in her mind. I'm screwed, damn it, I've become a clown again. Yu Yi Great Emperor visits the Jiaoqi Holy Land. This old woman was away and unable to greet you in time. I hope the Yu Yi Great Emperor will not blame me. At this moment, an old voice rang out from the void. Seconds later, an old woman with a face full of wrinkles appeared next to Liu Mengshua. Although her appearance is old, but still couldn't hide her charm and grace. You could only imagine how beautiful she was in her prime. Shifu Liu Mengshua immediately paid her respects, greeting Tianqi Dadi. All the cultivators hurriedly stood up, bowing to the old woman, respectfully saying, "Greetings to the previous Tianqi Dadi of Jiaoqi Holy Land, Liu Mengshua's master. Her cultivation reached the Quasi-Emperor realm hundreds of years ago. Her current cultivation is immeasurable, just like Yi Yu being called a great emperor. The other Quasi-Emperors are naturally the same. Before the Tianxin condenses and the Great Emperor appears, every Quasi-Emperor has the chance to become a Great Emperor, so to show respect, each Quasi-Emperor will be called Great Emperor." No need to say more about this, of course, it's only limited to before the birth of the Great Emperor. If a Great Emperor appears in this era, then naturally only that person can be called the Great Emperor. NG Senior is joking, it is Yi who came uninvited. If you want to blame someone, it should be Senior blaming Yi, that's all. Yi Yu said with a smile, the waves behind drive the waves ahead. Sensing the sometimes there's sometimes not aura on Yi Yu's body and the faint threat emanating from him, Tianqi Dadi couldn't help but sigh inwardly. Compared to the battle dozens of years ago, Yi Yu's strength has improved a lot. Even though she is already a 9th level Quasi-Emperor, Tianqi Dadi can affirm that Ye Yu only needs one move to suppress her, even if she uses the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. This little girl, never mind, I still have to step in to help you. How can you compete with Yi Qingcheng with this temper? Glancing at Liu Mengshue, Tianqi Dadi felt a little helpless. Tianqi Dadi naturally knows her disciple's thoughts clearly, and is willing to accept it. After all, Yi Yu's potential is undeniable, but being at home, she was still snatched away by that little girl from the Yi clan. What else can this Tianqi Dadi say? She is also very helpless and has to step in personally. Oye Dadi, is it not appropriate for you and my little disciple to call this old woman senior, since you're so familiar? Tianqi Dadi said this. Ye Yu's eyelids twitched, he could already guess. He had to reluctantly call out, "Aunt." Good, good, good. Tianqi Dadi praised repeatedly upon hearing this, and the smile on her face became even more intense. This disciple of mine is thin-skinned. There are some things Mengshu dares not say, so let this old woman speak for her. Why, yea, this old woman will presumptuously call you nephew. My little disciple has deep affection for you. For hundreds of years, Mengshu has always missed you, to the point that her cultivation has been a little neglected, and she has been gathering information about you. Every time you fight with others, Mengshu is extremely worried. It was Mengshu who repeatedly begged this old woman to take action and lend you a hand. Back then, when you fought with the Tianjiao of the ancient royal clan, the reason why the Quasi-Emperor of the ancient clan did not show up was because this old woman secretly protected this matter. You can personally ask. Once you ask the ancient clan's Quasi-Emperor, this old woman, I wonder what you will think. But no matter what, emotional matters must be asked before there can be a result. So this old lady is just going to go for it and ask Yi Yu straight up, will you marry our Jiaoqi Holy Land's goddess as your wife? If you agree, our Jiaoqi Holy Land will be your loyal subordinates forever. Everything the Jiaoqi Holy Land possesses, including the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon, you can use, you can command as you wish. If you disagree, then I never said anything, and don't feel pressured, or feel like rejecting in front of everyone will embarrass Mengshu. If you refuse, I'll erase everyone's memories here of this event. Looking at Yi Yu, the Tianqi Great Emperor said solemnly. As soon as these words came out, the whole place was stunned. Everyone was dumbfounded, expressions blank, questioning their existence, their minds buzzing. The Jiaoqi goddess actually simps for Ye Great Emperor? Damn, are they about to pull some major plays? The Yi Great Emperor's feelings aren't just peak cultivation talent, even his riz is unmatched. Two of our Xuanhuan Dao domain's rare goddesses actually want to marry Ye Great Emperor as their waifu. Looking at Lu Mengshue's expression, tense to the point of clutching her sleeves, and her eyes fixed on Ye Great Emperor, it's not hard to imagine Lu Mengshue's deep affection. Chu Qing's eyes were bloodshot, scalp numb, a feeling of great anger and humiliation rising in his heart. Chu Qing was so angry that he snorted, blood already seeping from the corner of his mouth. If Chu Qing still didn't understand what was happening at this point, he was a complete love-struck fool. From beginning to end, the only one who wanted to kill Yi Yu was him, the Jiaoqi goddess, and that Yi clan girl colluded. Notice, it was simply to lure Yu here to express their love. Damn it. Chu Qing was going insane. His nose was about to be twisted from anger. So these two women were willing to cooperate with me, and one of the reasons was to use me as a gift for Yi Yu. So Liu Mengshue's appearance in the past life was only out of love and not acting? She just wanted to let Yi Yu know her abilities. Dog men and women, a bunch of dogs, all of you are dog men and women, all of you are beasts, all of you are beasts. Ding, mission completed. Host has completely overwhelmed the Child of Destiny at the Jiaoqi Holy Banquet. Mission rewards are being boosted. Host has completely turned the Child of Destiny into a clown at the Jiaoqi Holy Banquet. Mission rewards have been greatly increased. A series of system notification sounds rang in Yi Yu's mind, so the reason that the ancient clans didn't show their faces when he suppressed the ancient race geniuses was because of Mengxue. Yi Yu was stunned, then chuckled helplessly. This debt is hard to repay. To be honest, he and Lu Mengxue met because he had participated in the Jiaoqi Holy Banquet and stayed in the Jiaoqi Holy Land to study. As for why Lu Mengxue liked him, Ye Yu really didn't know. Lu Mengxue wasn't proactive and expressive like Yi Qingcheng, but rather secretly in love. If Yi Yu hadn't discovered it himself, thank goodness this ain't a one-wafu only kind of world. Our boy Yi Yu's thinking, why choose just one? Yi Yu ain't one for hesitating, indecision, or being all emo. I already agreed to propose marriage to the Yi clan. Yi Yu, I got no objections, but does big sis Liu Mengxue even care? Ye Qingcheng whispered, glancing at Liu Mengxue while speaking. I don't mind. Liu Mengxue trembled, head down, stuttering, if no one minds, what else is there to say? Auntie, please give me some time. I'll come knocking on your door one by one when I'm ready. Yi Yu didn't say much more, solemnly nodding. All right, this old one won't say much either. I hope everyone enjoys the feast. The Tianqi Great Emperor, beaming, addressed the guests and dipped out. Congratulations, Great Emperor Yue Ya. Congrats to the Jiaoqi landlord. Congrats on getting a Yi clan girl. All the guests were hyped, shouting their congratulations. Came for a banquet, got major drama, talk about a win-win. Yu Gei, I'll be waiting for you at the Yi clan. Yi Qingcheng sent a mental message to Yi Yu and then hurriedly left with the Yi clan descendants. Liu Mengxue was also a bit embarrassed. Finished hosting the banquet for the Elder of Dutri Holy Land and immediately bounced. Great Emperor, what do we do with this guy? The Elder of Jiaoqi Holy Land bowed to Ye Yu and then looked at Chu Qing. Leave him to me. Yi Yu looked around the banquet, seeing that the great sovereigns had dipped out, then looked at Chu Qing, raised a hand, sealed Chu Qing and stashed him away. This time's Child of Destiny is a reborn dude, and Yi Yu is itching to see his memories. Named Child of Destiny suppressed by Host mission, nullified destiny complete. Congrats Host, you get an upgrade gift pack. Open system? The voice rang out, and looking up, divine punishment was already gathering. Maybe it's because Yi Yu's been trolling the heavens, but this divine punishment is even more terrifying, with hints of Grey Dalian beginning to swirl around. Bro doesn't even care about the gathering divine punishment, Yi Yu muttered to himself. Congrats Host, you get the heaven-mending secret art. As the voice faded, a projection appeared before Yi Yu. Heaven-mending secret art. Devour the heavenly Dao, grasp the secrets of realms, seize all the power of the heavenly Dao through mediums, thereby delving into the original rules of a realm. If you plunder and devour enough heavenly Dao origin, you can become the lord of the heavenly Dao, governing a realm, and comprehend the Butian secret. Yi Yu raised an eyebrow. Haven't I already met the Child of Destiny? Yi Yu seemed to be in thought with divine light blazing in his eyes. Perfect timing. The upper realm is undergoing major changes, and it might even infect all the heavens in the future. If the myriad realms want to resist the upper realm, then I can only build my own power, using immeasurable resources to help me reach the absolute pinnacle. If our boy could become the master of this universe, or even control the very origins of the 3,000 universes, then Yi Wu smiled, eyes gleaming. If I unify the 3,000 Dao domains and the 3,000 great universes, and grasp the enlightenment of 3,000 heavenly Daos, all will return to me. By then, even without ascending to the upper realm, Yi Wu will become invincible. But just then, plot twist, dark clouds gather and endless silent darkness converges from the universe. The entire Jiaoqi Holy Land seems enveloped, filled with an aura of everything returning to nothingness. Strands of divine laws weave in the void, forming runes which then evolve into a cage. In an instant, 3,000 great Dao rules manifest along with countless immeasurable Hongmeng killing formations extending to the heavens above, causing heaven and earth to roar. Lu Mengxue and the Heavenly Pool Great Emperor, who had already left, reappear deep within the Jiaoqi Holy Land, instantly sensing several eerie auras stirring. Turns out, a bunch of ancient geezers from the Jiaoqi Holy Land are watching. But why the heck is heavenly punishment descending out of nowhere? All the guests' eyes narrow as they look at the dark clouds, surprise plastered on their faces. Judging by this aura, this heavenly punishment has reached its peak. The terror is so real, even a great saint feels their heart chill, their essence and spirit trembling. Did someone trigger the heaven's wrath? Time to activate the great luck and do some calculations. In the underworld, the heavenly secrets are revealed, shocking all the powerhouses. Turns out this clown angered the heavens because he was imprisoned by the Moon Knight Great Emperor, so heavenly tribulation is about to drop. Why are there so many peeps with great luck showing up lately? Does this mean something huge is about to go down, or is a calamity coming? Everyone's faces are grave, secretly guessing in their hearts. Jiaoqi disciples, listen up. Immediately activate the Suseyunjie Grand Formation. Liu Mengshue's voice is icy as she commands. Heavenly punishment. If this were a world of immortal cultivation, cultivators would naturally revere the heavens and wouldn't dare defy them. But this is a Xuanhuan world. Everyone knows cultivators in Xuanhuan worlds go against the heavens. They're already screaming about defying the heavens. So who would be scared of the heavenly Dao? Of course, Liu Mengshue doesn't give a damn about heavenly punishment, especially since it's trying to attack her man. You dare touch Wu Ge, then I'll cripple you first. Please awaken the Kunlun old ancestor and borrow the might of the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon to suppress it, she thinks, her beautiful eyes slightly narrowed. Liu Mengshue turns to the depths of the Jiaoqi Holy Land and bows, fully prepared to awaken the Kunlun mirror artifact and use the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon to sweep away the heavenly Dao. Before Liu Mengshue can finish speaking, Yiwu's figure appears before her. A gentle voice rings out, "No need, Mengzhu." Liu Mengzhu is stunned. "Leave it to me. It's just heavenly punishment. No need to make a fuss." Yiwu says with a smile. Liu Mengzhu nods, saying nothing more. Let's see how effective this heaven-mending secret art is, she thinks to herself. Yiwu clasps his hands behind his back, his deep eyes looking towards the heavenly punishment. In a flash of thought, Yiwu grasps the entirety of the heaven-mending secret art. All the methods, the flow of energy, the mental techniques are engraved in his heart. Could he really be a child of destiny? A child of destiny? A position born of the heavenly Dao. This is the connection between the two. So you can borrow the child of destiny to infiltrate the heavenly Dao, thereby seizing it, fully controlling it, and comprehending the rules of the heavenly Dao. Yiwu suddenly understands, his eyes gradually lighting up. Alright, he's chill now. The child of destiny, huh? There's gotta be a whole bunch of them. With that said, all he needs to do is suppress enough children of destiny, and he'll easily become the master of this universe, maybe even the 3,000 Daoyu. If he merges the 3,000 Daoyu, even without ascending to the upper realm, the position alone would be on par with it. And just then, the heavenly tribulation is fully charged. Boom! 3,000 divine lightning bolts manifest, heading straight for Yi Yu. Metal, wood, water, fire, earth, yin, yang. Each lightning bolt contains a great Dao, 3,000 in total. It's like reopening the earth, wind, water, and fire, an apocalypse-level power, yet also like creation, bringing unmatched divine might crashing down. 3,000 great Dao law lightning, that's enough to seriously injure a great emperor. Just how much did this bro piss off the heavenly Dao to warrant such a display of Extreme Dao Emperor weapon power? The experts are shook, sensing the power contained within the divine lightning. Everyone's complexion changes, clicking their tongues in amazement, eyes full of anticipation, staring at Yi Yu. Here we go, waiting for Yi Yu to pull out the 8 desolate infernal halberd and relive the glory of the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. This heavenly tribulation is already the most terrifying divine punishment within the heavenly Dao's authority. Seriously injuring a great emperor isn't just talk, you know? The Moon Knight Great Emperor would need to use the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon to resist. Is the gate to heaven about to open? The heavenly Dao seems way more active in this era, and this Moon Knight heavenly tribulation is unbelievably terrifying. It's shaking the entire universe, and countless ancient beings seem to sense it. They open their eyes, looking towards the Dark Pool Star region. When they see the situation clearly, many big shots raise an eyebrow, intrigued, and continue watching. Under the gaze of everyone, Yi Yu, clad in white, flutters in the wind, standing in the void like an unrivaled god-king, the supreme ruler, both ethereal and extraordinary, mysterious and profound, truly a jade-like figure on the road, a peerless young master. Yi Yu smiles nonchalantly at the heavenly tribulation, slowly raising his hand. A vast amount of immortal light manifests, strands of divine light spreading, rolling rules, and Dao rhythm rising and falling. He throws a punch that seems to break through all laws, like a blazing sun, as if the tie-in sinks. Under this punch, heaven and earth seem to be silent, yet also like the creation of the world, majestic and noble, as if no power erupts, as if no aura escapes. But where Yi Yu's fist passes, space collapses and the void shatters. The terrifying power seems to lead straight to the chaotic sea, piercing through all realities. One punch blasts the heavenly tribulation away. A heavenly tribulation that could seriously injure a great emperor couldn't withstand a single punch from Yi Yu. No way. Whether it's the cultivators present or the ancient beings, the entire universe seems to freeze in this moment. Countless exclamations echo everywhere, and even many big shots are so shocked that they can't retract their aura in time, causing countless stars to tremble in this moment. When fighting the chaotic ancient great emperor, he still needed to borrow the Extreme Dao Emperor weapon. How long has it been? Now his own strength is enough to sweep across great emperors. Everyone finds it hard to believe, their minds buzzing, beginning to doubt their own lives, unable to imagine it. But it doesn't stop there. Yi Yu's eyes shine brightly, and the aura around him seems to have gathered to the extreme, like a silent sublimation, like endless transformation, burning fighting intent turning into divine flames, wrapping around Yi Yu's body. Taking a step forward, Yi Yu flies straight up 10,000 miles, standing on the highest peak of the universe, facing the heavenly Dao directly. The heaven-mending secret technique operates, and in the underworld, Chu Qing seems to have a bursting qi mechanism, using it to connect with the heavenly Doguantong Tiandi. In Yeyu's eyes, the order of divine light manifests. Reality in Yeyu's eyes at this moment, layer upon layer of illusion transforms, leaving only a vast amount of great Dao rule framework, and somewhere a faint light imprinted itself in Yeyu's eyes. His eyes locked on the heavenly Dao's connection to Su Qing. Yi Yu unleashes a punch, a universe-splitting, earth-shattering, mountain-collapsing punch. A punch with the might of the heavens, representing the will of the cosmos, ending all. Instantly, this punch transcends reality, utterly collapsing the void as it connects. A torrent of primal rules gushes out, the essence of mystery itself. Creation blooms where destruction reigned, with ethereal matter and endless divine light sweeping away the heavenly Dao's will. Wait, is Yeye about to throw hands with the heavenly Dao? He hasn't even achieved enlightenment yet. How's he packing this kind of heat? No way, absolutely no freaking way. Minds are blown, scalps are tingling, and the entire universe falls silent in awe. Even ancient beings and Forbidden Zone emperors are dumbfounded. Breaths are held. You hear people in Xuan world scream about defying the heavens all the time, but it's just talk, not actually throwing down. But Yi Yu? He's straight up picking a fight with the heavenly Dao, about to smash it to bits? Forget quasi-emperors, even full-fledged emperors couldn't pull this off. Yi Yu's power is off the charts. The greatest quasi-emperor of all time, that thought flashes through everyone's minds. Throughout history, across endless space, no quasi-emperor has ever reached this level. There's never been a quasi-emperor who could not only suppress emperors but also go toe-to-toe with the heavenly Dao. Yu truly deserves the title of greatest in history. The heavenly Dao's about to lose it, countless powerhouses whisper, their attention locked on the scene. How will Yu Yu withstand the heavenly Dao's full wrath? Remember, the heavenly Dao is the embodiment of the universe's rules and will. It lacks intelligence but operates on instinct. If something's within the rules, the heavenly Dao won't interfere. Like if Yi Yu defeats heavenly tribulation, the heavenly Dao can't step in. It aligns with the rules. But Yi Yu is directly provoking the heavenly Dao, even shattering its manifested will. That's a whole different ballgame. The heavenly Dao represents the entire universe. In other words, defying the heavenly Dao means defying the entire cosmos. What does that mean? Yu Ye dares to challenge the heavenly Dao? Does he have an ace up his sleeve? Precisely what the big shots are thinking. The next frozen moment, the heavenly Dao unleashes its fury. The underworld, all beings in the universe sense a surge of unease. Billions of stars tremble and vast amounts of Dao converge into an infinite divine mirror, manifesting the 3,000 great Dao principles, illuminating the universe with immortal light and terrifying power. In an instant, it concentrates to the extreme, causing even the vast universe to tremble and roar. The universe boosts it, a divine hell is unleashed. The aftershocks turn everything to ash and then to nothing. Yi Yu's area seems completely severed from reality. Under the confluence of countless fortunes, a faint golden tree shadow appears above Yi Yu's head. This is the Tiandao's eye, Tiandao made manifest. The will descends, an ancient, cold, and utterly emotionless killing intent. A voice both profound and mysterious echoes in the hearts of all beings in the universe. Heaven's will has locked onto Yu as its target. Yi Yu smirks. If it weren't for the Butian Bifa, Ye Yu wouldn't dare provoke the Tiandao, but with it, that's a whole different story. Kill him through the Buti Bifa, he wonders. Yi Yu's eyes blaze with light. He roars a single word, reaches out to grasp, and countless mystical characters coil around his palm, seething and transforming into countless divine realm rules. In that instant, his palm seems to have transformed into the hand of the heavens, like a celestial prison, directly permeating the void. The universe quakes. Countless rules crumble in a single location. The Tiandao's will seems shaken, even the Tiandao's eye flickers and becomes as if eroded by some power, a moment yet an eternity. Yi Yu abruptly retracts his hand. An invisible roar spreads, and a talisman radiates mystical Dao energy and a chance encounter beyond description. Seized by Yi Yu in his hand, he tightly clutches the talisman and pulls it into his consciousness. In that instant, the Tiandao's will in the horizon seems critically wounded, and immediately retreats like a receding tide. The powerhouse big shots are all dumbfounded, not understanding what's happening. The next moment, when they see Yi Yu's figure vanish from the void, countless gulps and sharp intakes of breath echo. A million thoughts converge. In the end, all the cultivators are left with only one thought. Yeda Di is becoming more and more unfathomable, more and more terrifying. What secret technique was that just now? Ye Yu seemed to have stolen the Tiandao's origin, damaging it. That's why it retreated. In some forbidden zones, the great emperors sealed in divine sources murmur, their eyes filled with dread. If this continues, this guy will probably become a threat. Divine light seems to flow in the eyes of the great emperors, as if they have made some decision in their hearts. Deep within the universe, in a silent starfield, after sending a voice transmission to bid farewell to Lu Mengshu, Yi Yu finds a large star in the starfield and sits down cross-legged. The power of the Tiandao is in his consciousness now. Looking at the talisman in his consciousness radiating mystical Dao energy and treasure light, Ye Yu murmurs inwardly. This is a great Dao rule, or rather the origin of a heavenly great Dao rule. A sensation in the dark allows Yi Yu to comprehend. The omnipotence of this rule grants control over the authority of heaven. Wherever heaven points, Yi Yu can use it. Whether standing in the universe or on a star, Yi Yu can use the power of heaven to empower himself, turning it into his own strength. Not only that, but this theft of the Tiandao's omnipotent origin has also allowed Yeyu to comprehend even more mysteries of the Bu Tian Bifa. A complete realm has 3,000 Great Dao rules. If I can steal all 3,000 Great Dao rules, I'll become the master of a realm. This time I wasn't very skilled, so I only stole one rule. Next time I'll be more proficient. That way, the number of rules I steal will also increase. Plus, if I grasp 3,000 Daos of this universe, then I become the medium. If I invade and seize other universes, I won't need the Child of Destiny anymore. I can just directly suppress and refine them myself. Yu thinks to himself, the Child of Destiny is a medium because they're blessed by the heavenly Dao, or in other words, karma. But if Yu himself is a heavenly Dao, obviously he doesn't need any Child of Destiny. Then, the heavenly repairing secret art will actually be a heavenly repairing secret art. When unleashed, it can patch up the heavens, capture the heavenly Dao, and refine the heavenly Dao. The heavenly rule I have right now is just stolen. I need to completely refine it. Only then will it be considered that I truly possess the heavenly rule. Once refined, my cultivation should break through at least one, maybe even two minor realms. A look of anticipation flashes in Yu's eyes. This is a rule, and even a primal rule. Refining it to break through one or two minor realms is no problem, but there's still something to do before refining. With a wave of his hand, Yu releases Chu Qing. This reincarnated dude might know which era he's come back from. A faint smile appears on his face. Yu doesn't say much. He directly unleashes his divine sense and starts searching Chu Qing's soul. As for unsealing him and talking to him, he's just an ant. So what if he's a child of destiny? Yu has zero interest in communicating or mocking him. In an instant, countless memories flood in. Yu casually kills Chu Qing, then closes his eyes and begins meticulously examining Chu Qing's memories. Reincarnated from 1,000 years in the future, huh? No wonder he wanted to kill me so badly. Even without the system's help, I'll dominate an era in the future. The honored one, it's just a crutch. True power comes from me, not the system. Reaching the Emperor realm after 500 years? I haven't even touched a system. Without one, it'd just slow down my growth, not stop me from becoming the ultimate powerhouse. After a long time, Yu opens his eyes and murmurs to himself. In Chu Qing's memories, there's tons of info about future opportunities. Needless to say, Yu is very satisfied. As expected, Children of Destiny are great stuff. Their help is unbelievably huge, saving him a lot of growth time. Yu just hopes that the future Children of Destiny will be higher quality, the more the better. The Upper Realm invasion, 3,000 domains completely fall. Just what level of powerhouse was that drop of Demon Emperor blood? A single drop containing such unimaginable power, unbelievable. Thinking about the reason for Chu Qing's reincarnation, Yu's eyes become a bit serious. It's really like the Empress said. 1,000 years from now, the Heavenly Gate opens wide, but not for ascension like everyone imagines, but a portal for all the powerhouses from the Upper Realm who have... In Su Qing's memories, the devastation after the Shangji descends was still vivid. Even he eventually fell. The entire Jutianhuan Jie turned into a demonic realm because of it, becoming a burial ground. Still over 900 years left. That's plenty. In Yu's eyes, divine light seemed to appear, and even more, his fighting spirit surged. The Shangji descends, a boundless sea of demons. Well then, let's give it a try. Su Qing himself failed in his memories, but he might not necessarily fail. System activated, and even more Qi Luxuns became his experience bags with more than 900 years in the future. Just how much can Yu grow? Even he can't imagine it. First, refine the rules of the heavens, then it will be time to start the plan. Time waits for no one, gotta seize the moment. Exhaling a breath, eliminating distracting thoughts. Yu didn't think too much, slowly closed his eyes and began to cultivate, not suppressing everything because of the Emperor realm. So what about Shangji? If they descend, Yu is absolutely confident that he can suppress everything. Moreover, Yu doesn't want to passively take a beating waiting for Shangji descends. That's not the Dai style. He wants to use the power of the 3,000 Daos and then counterattack Shangji. Taigu Shenzu, one of the hidden races of the Guxuan Wuzhou, countless years ago, the entire Guxuan Wuzhou, even the surrounding universes were ruled by the Taigu Shenzu. The patriarch of the Taigu Shenzu at that time fought everywhere and finally established the Taigu Divine Peak, ruling the 5 major universes, which ended after many eras. And with the patriarch of the Taigu Shenzu ascending to Shangji, the Taigu Shenzu gradually disappeared. However, their solid foundation still shakes the universe, unique and independent. Even the current races such as the Tianzu, Yaozu, and Renzu are still dependent races of the Taigu Shenzu. In the hidden small world of the Taigu Shenzu, the direct son of the Taigu Shenzu patriarch Shen Wuzhen has unsealed himself in this life, cultivating his understanding in the temple. Suddenly, a gloomy aura swept past. Shen Wuqian suddenly opened his eyes. Shen Wuqian's eyes quickly returned to clarity. Where is this? Wasn't I herding sheep? Why did I suddenly appear here? Looking around, Shen Wuqian muttered, a little confused, especially when he felt the terrifying power in his body, which made Shen Wuqian even more confused. This power, Shen Cheng Tianti Saint, even the Great Saint, is not so strong. Shen Wuqian felt that he could crush a star with a wave of his hand. At this moment, waves of mysterious fluctuations swept through his mind, and countless memories flooded back in an instant. Shen Wuqian closed his eyes, instinctively continuously receiving information. After a long time, Shen Wuqian opened his eyes already full of boundless joy. The direct son of the Taigu Shenzu Shenzun. I actually seized the body of the direct son of the Taigu Shenzun. I, a handyman disciple of a small sect, can actually seize the body of the direct son of the Taigu Shenzun. Aha, with this identity, let's see who dares to look down on me. With this identity, I can stand on top of the entire Dao domain. Shen Wuxian was ecstatic. The sudden massive joy kept hitting his brain, making him feel like he was about to pass out from happiness. Even though Shen Wuxian didn't know how an ant like him could steal the body of a god lord's heir, it didn't matter. He succeeded, and that's all that mattered. Turns out all those familiar great powers and races were underlings of the archaic god clan. Adding the archaic god clan's resources, am I basically invincible now? My cultivation alone has reached the peak of the Saint King realm. I can break through to the Quasi-Emperor realm anytime. No cap, this godlord bloodline is OP, casually breaking through to the Quasi-Emperor realm. Many thoughts flashed through, and Shen Wuxian clicked his tongue inwardly. His face was flushed with excitement. Myriad words converged, and only thought remained in Shen Wuxian's mind. I am invincible. I am invincible. Only I am invincible. Thinking of those attention-grabbing geniuses shining so brightly, Shen Wuxian's lips curved up and his eyes became brighter. I am now the godson of the archaic god clan. The entire archaic god clan is under my control. If I let the archaic god clan emerge, who in this vast universe can compete with me? I am the brightest star her. My past self wasn't worthy, but now I'm qualified to make her my waifu. Jiaoqi Holy Emperor. The emperor daughter's head surfaced Lu Mengshua's silhouette. That Shushan licked his slightly dry lips, a greedy look in his eyes. Rumor has it the Jiaoqi Emperor daughter secretly simps for that dog Yi Yu. Moon Knight Great Emperor, Quasi-Emperor realm defying a Great Emperor. He frowned slightly, then relaxed. Shen Wuxian's face revealed disdain. As far as he knew, the archaic god clan had several Extreme Dao Emperor weapons alone. Their foundation was even more terrifying. Li Yu is laughable. No matter how strong, he isn't worthy to be an opponent. If he knows what's good for him, then fine. But if he doesn't, first I'll raise my cultivation to the Quasi-Emperor realm, then figure out how to let the archaic god clan emerge. On Heavenly King Star belonging to Jiaoqi Star, at the profound heaven sect's miscellaneous service peak, an ordinary-looking youth slowly opened his eyes. Why is this body so weak? That's not right, this isn't my body. Sensing the abnormality, the youth frowned slightly. Although a little panicked, he remained calm, took a deep breath, and tried to keep his mood stable. When he sensed a large amount of information surfacing in his head, the youth immediately examined it. A miscellaneous service disciple of the profound heaven sect. Zhang Qingfeng. I've become a miscellaneous service disciple of the profound heaven sect. How could this be? I have a protective treasure. How could I suddenly possess this miscellaneous service disciple? Is this an illusion, or is someone playing tricks in the dark? If I've possessed this Zhang Qingfeng, then where did Zhang Qingfeng go? He has stolen my body. His eyes flashed. The youth immediately understood the problem. He narrowed his eyes without realizing it. If that's the case, then that Zhang Qingfeng probably has his memories too. Gotta figure out how to reconnect with the God Clan. That way I can prove my identity. Exhaling a breath, the young man fell into contemplation. Deep within the universe, in the Silent Star region, Ye Yu was comprehending the mysteries of the heavenly laws. In the nether realm, there seemed to be a sense of induction. Under the feedback of the prophecy secret, a vague image appeared in Yi Yu's mind. He opened his eyes. A sharp light flashed across the depths of Yi Yu's eyes. Someone is scheming against me. The prophecy secret can only capture vague images, protected by a treasure. This can only mean a child of destiny has appeared. Chuckling softly, Ye Yu's face became full of teasing. As expected, the later children of destiny are more and more powerful. This child of destiny even has a treasure protecting him? So what if he has a treasure? It's still useless. Yi Yu narrowed his eyes slightly. He pinched his fingers and the prophecy secret immediately began to operate at its highest level. Only the origin of the prophecy secret gave vague feedback. If he were to actively use the prophecy secret to probe the origin, that would be a different concept. Block it? Can it be blocked? In an instant, that thin vague membrane was broken by Yi Yu. Shen Wuqian immediately appeared before Yi Yu's eyes. Recognizing the cause and effect, an interested expression appeared on Yi Yu's face. This Genshu guy actually stole the body of a powerful expert. How interesting. A child of destiny who's body snatching? Even Heavenly Dao knows how to play for keeps, no doubt about it. The fact that this guy was able to steal a body might be due to Heavenly Dao. The ancient god clan has treasures suppressing them, and their divine children also have treasures protecting them. Others can absolutely not steal the body of the divine children of the ancient god clan unless it's some unreasonable system. Because this guy doesn't have a system. So there's no doubt about it, it can only be due to thinking of something. Yi Yu's heart stirred slightly and he immediately continued to deduce. If this guy has stolen the body of a divine child of the ancient god clan, then where is the real Shen Wuqian? In an instant, Yi Yu looked in another direction. The Shen Wuqian of the past, the Zhang Qingfeng of the present, appeared in Yi Yu's eyes again. Sure enough, the corners of his mouth curved up and thoughts flashed through Yi Yu's mind. If that's the case, Yi Yu has an idea. The ancient god clan is not simple. If he plans well, his plan to build a force will be much smoother. Not in a hurry, not in a hurry. Let this child of destiny jump around for a while. After refining the heavenly laws, there are other things to do. One step at a time. Shaking his head, Yi Yu eliminated the distractions, no longer paying attention to this child of destiny, and began to comprehend the heavenly laws again. Time quietly passed. Unknowingly, nearly 5 years had passed. In the Silent Star region, divine intent lingered around him. Above his head, auspicious clouds surged, and there were also streaks of divine laws and Tao rhythms floating and sinking in the void. Yu, who was enveloped by in Yeyu's eyes, it's like the universe is being destroyed and created, like countless scenes are born and vanish. A dark aura sweeps over Yu, and even though it's just a fleeting moment, it turns tens of thousands of stars around him into dust. The terrifying power causes the void to tremble, collapsing layer by layer as far as the eye can see. Bro literally refined all the laws of heaven, and his cultivation just jumped 2 realms after this retreat. Our boy didn't just break through 1 realm, but a whole 2 sub-realms. From Quasi-Emperor Realm 3rd Heaven all the way to Quasi-Emperor Realm 5th Heaven. Just 1 more step to Quasi-Emperor Realm 9th Heaven. Time to get to work. Taking a deep breath, Yu looks into the distance, his eyes becoming profound. The Ni clan is willing to use an ultimate emperor weapon as dowry, and the Blessing Holy Land is willing to use the entire Holy Land as dowry. Yu hasn't forgotten this. He won't marry unless he can do it in the grandest way possible. Yi Xingshen and Lu Mengshi are like that, so how could Yiyu's betrothal gifts be any worse? He's literally the Yi Great Emperor, he can't lose face. If that wasn't the case, Yu wouldn't have said to wait for him at the door. He would have gone straight to the door to propose. His goal is to prepare enough betrothal gifts. After all, he can't be worse than an ultimate emperor weapon, can he?